closer than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Live at the Bike, the first and only webcast of real-action cash game poker. My name is Bart Hanson. Tonight, I am joined by the poker babe, Shirley Rosario, and we will be doing, again, an old friend tonight, a low-limit hold'em game. It's going to be an 8-16 game, Shirley. This game is chock full of action. It's a 4-8 chip-structured game. We use $2 green chips, and it's pretty much a free-for-all.
Yeah, that's right.
Free-for-all.
Yeah.
Now, you play this game probably a lot more than I do.
I think so. Yeah. Well, when I'm here, I do.
When you're here, you play the game. So, without further ado, let's get to the action. And we're going to go around and introduce the table.
Okay, in seat number 1, we have Harold Berg. In seat 2, Ron Fernandez. Seat 3, we have Roston Gabry. Seat 4, Gino Caballo. Seat 5, Bill Zangson. Seat 6, Lee Gusev. Seat 7, June Bungay. Seat 8, Gevorg Stefanian.
What are these names?
I'm having a really hard time. Seat 9, Jin Tan.
Well, we're going to have...
Well, I'd like to see you do better on that one.
We're going to have to make some nicknames up for some of these guys. Now, I'm going to throw something out, and someone correct me if I'm wrong in my ear, that we're in double jackpot period or $100,000 jackpot period right now.
I believe so, until 8.
8-16?
Until 8 o'clock.
Okay, 5 to 8, we have what I believe is a $100,000 bad beat jackpot in the 6-12 and 8-16 games.
Right.
So, $100,000 bad beat jackpot, and that really gets a lot of action in these games. And, of course, we're doing our $1 million drawing, which happens every month on the last Monday of each month. And that is for tables that have won the jackpot. And a random table every hour is picked out. And the winner of that drawing goes on and tries to pick an envelope to try to win $1 million.
Right, one of those envelopes. How many are there? Like 20, 30?
Well, now that they are doing picking a table one every hour, I would assume that there's at least 700, since there's 700 hours.
Oh, there's one envelope per person? You mean?
Oh, excuse me. It's 6, 9, and 1 a.m. So 3 random tables per day, and then all the jackpot tables. So probably like 100 or 110. Okay. So we're going to get into the first hand of the game. And these green chips are $2 chips, so a rack is $40, or a stack is $40 and a rack is $200.
Right.
What I heard about a month ago.
And we haven't seen many of these players in the game before. We're going to hop into the first hand. Looks like Jin there in seat 9 has ace-7 for top pair. Ace-5-4 on the flop, couple of clubs. And Rostam's going to come out and bet.
I mean, these guys are a bunch of jokes. I mean, why would you want a certain old lady?
Seat 8 and 9 call.
This is insane.
Turn is a third club. And I don't necessarily know if there's any method to this madness in this game. And the river is an ace, and that gives Jin trip aces. And she's going to bet. And there you go, they take it down.
I think for a lot of people there's no method to their madness. But, I mean, I try to, make rational decisions. I'm sure there are some people on there that are trying.
Well, I always wonder, when people tell me, well, you can beat these games. Maybe someone can help me out there. Of course, you can follow a live thread followed by 2+2. Or you can go to 2plus2.com, click on Forums, World Poker Tour, and other televised tournaments, and the official Live the Bike thread for 926. When you're taking $4 plus 1 for the jackpot in an 8 game, they do the same for a 6 game. Boy, it's awful tough to beat that rake. I guess it can be done, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's not as often that I play this game anymore, more than you do, but I did used to beat this on a consistent basis before I moved up in levels. So it can be done.
Looks like seat 2 raised with deuce 9 of diamonds. Opening hand. He opens the pot. And June called there with ace-jack, and he's flopped top pair. And he just smooth calls with ace-jack. Turns a 4. Deuce-9 again has 9 high. He's going to continue to bet. And let's see if June was sandbagging on the flop. Yeah, it looks like he's going to raise it up here.
He did not raise. He just called.
He just called.
Yeah.
Wow. River's a 4. Deuce-9 bets again. And June is just going to call.
9 high.
Ron says 9 high.
Which doesn't look that bad. I mean, it doesn't sound bad because he could have had 9-8.
Now,
I'm not going to put him on 9
when we talk about limit hold'em strategy, I tend to talk about it more from the mid-limit. What I mean by mid-limit is probably 15, 30, and over, all the way up to 40, 80. Call me tight, but I actually don't call an under-the-gun raiser with ace-jack offsuit. That's normally either a 3-bet hand for me or a fold. I'll call if it's suited. Again, ace-10 really is one of my least favorite hands. It's one of the most overvalued hands,
Right.
especially in limit hold'em. Normally, I'm going to 3-bet ace-king, ace-queen, muck ace-jack unless it's suited. I play limit hold'em pretty tight. I just don't think you can really go wrong if you have very tight pre-flop hand selection requirements.
Yeah, I mean, I consider myself pretty a tight player in limit hold'em.
Yeah.
In no limit, I open it up a lot more, where I play the suited aces and the
Well, of course, 'cause you
small
have
pair and
implied
the suited
odds.
connectors. And that in limit, sometimes I don't even play the suited aces. Depends on how many players are in the pot. So,
Right.
I'm not going to call in first position. So.
I always think that one of the biggest mistakes in limit hold'em that people make are coming in early position with suited connectors and ace-x suited, unless the game is really, really loose. And really loose passive. What I mean by that is you can be safe to say that you're going to limp in with ace-4 suited, and there's going to be 5 or 6 people that are going to come behind you, and you're not going to have to take it for a raise. It's just going to be all callers.
Right.
Then I think it becomes playable. But from up front, it's questionable. Now we had a raise there by seat 6 with king-jack offsuit. Oh, and he's hit top pair. It's all diamonds, and Harold has ace-jack. He called out of the blind. Lee's going to bet here. Harold's going to call. I think I've played with Harold before. He's pretty passive, isn't he? I don't know if you've played with him before.
Yes, I have played with him.
And Queen 8 is in there with the third nut draw. The turn is a 3. Lee bets again. Harold calls. Queen 8 calls. Of course, it's a $16 bet there on the turn. And the river is an 8. Now let's see how this plays out.
It just looks like bet and call.
Looks
Looks
like
like
Harold's
that's
just
the
going
pattern.
to check call all the way with
Yeah.
ace-jack. And ace-jack is good here. He's going to take it down. And I bet you that Lee, the way the hand was played, that he probably
He probably
thinks
thought he
has
had the best hand. Yeah. So I mean, that's only 2 hands that we've seen, but we'll see if it continues. That the players are just calling. They hit top pair, best kicker. In this spot, I don't know. Maybe 3 diamonds on there. He didn't feel so hot about his hand, but
Now, a lot of times people will say,
they don't put pressure.
well, the games to play, that when you play it live, it's much easier than when you're playing online. And especially when you're at these levels, because sometimes some of the most difficult games online are the 5, 10 to 10, 20 hold'em games, because the people that are playing those games are usually 4 or 8 tabling it. So they're actually playing big, but they're playing multi-table. Whereas you come and you play 1, 8, 16, it's a rather small game, obviously.
We have pocket kings, seat 5.
Cecil came and said, when he
And he
And
brought it in
sees
for
the
a
raise.
raise.
I want to know.
And seat 6 called with ace-9 offsuit.
And then 9-10 called.
Yep, 9-10 and queen deuce. So we're playing
That's
bingo
another
here.
big mistake.
We're playing bingo here tonight, folks. Jack 4-3, couple of diamonds. And Kings is going to bet with the overpair. Wouldn't look like anyone in their right mind could call here with this type of flop. And we're not living in that much of a twilight zone. Everyone folds.
The other big mistake that I see in these kind of games is people calling from the blinds. The small blind and the big blinds. I mean, he called there with queen deuce. That's just not playable. And even in my situation where I'll, sometimes call with against just one opponent, I wouldn't even call, I wouldn't call with that.
A lot of money that's lost in the blinds.
But you
Yeah.
and you walked out, and I wasn't watching until they started complaining. I said,
Of course, you and I tend to have different views about blind play when you're heads up. I think that you need to have a hand that's almost as good as a call,
Raise.
a normal raise. Because you're out of position, you seem to think that because you're getting about 3.5 to 1, you can pretty much call with any cards that work together.
Yeah.
5 players.
Seat 6 is raised here with, looks like it's King Queen. Got 4 callers. And Lee has hit his top pair. He's the raiser with King Queen. He bets. And here's another big mistake. Pocket 4s. He's going to call, and it's heads up. Unless he thinks his hand is good right now, to take one off to try to spike a set is one of the biggest mistakes I see in Limit Hold'em.
of course, that's why I said Denver +3.
Well, maybe he thinks his hand is good. He's going to continue to call.
Well, I already forgot. Was the pot raised pre-flop?
It was.
Okay. Call one off in a raised pot by 4-way action. I don't know about it. That's so bad for it.
+3, so I thought you wanted the Denver +3.
And the bet, I think he thinks that 4s are good the whole time.
Well, I think so,
That's
yeah.
why he called all the way. But if you want to get into the odds of it, if you know your hand is behind and you've got 4 people in there, I mean, literally, you have 2 outs to hit on the turn. I mean, not counting in the implied odds, the pot basically needs to lay you about 25 to 1. And there are really only very, and if you count the implied odds, maybe 20 to 1. So I'm thinking, if there isn't at least 20 bets in there, which would basically be a capped flop 5 ways, it's usually wrong to call to try to spike a set on the turn. And normally you're not going to see those types of pots. It just gets you into trouble. It kills, it gets that extra bet. Now, in that case, I think the guys thought his hand was good.
Well, I think so. I mean, he called all the way to the river.
Yeah.
Raise.
But, I mean, you know how I feel about these small pocket pairs in Limit Hold'em anyways. I mean, I don't play them. So I play them in short-handed, the 6-handed or less when I'm playing that.
Harold raised here. Harold bet, and Bill called with the 5 of clubs. Turn is a king, it goes check, check, and the river is a 5. And Bill is going to pull the post-oak bluff here, and there's really nothing that Harold can beat. And Bill's going to take it down with the worst hand. He had a busted club draw, he picked up a pair on the river. And he takes it down. Tough call to make there, pocket 6s on the river.
So I tortured myself before I came in here. I had sat in 3-6 Hold'em. Can you stand it?
Really? What were you doing in there?
I don't know. Well, I came in. I looked at the Omaha. There was no seat. The no limit, no seat. 6-12, 8-16. And I went over. I had an hour to kill, so I sat in the 3-6 Hold'em.
It must have been thrilling.
I forgot how bad they play. I'm telling you, probably almost every hand I would see like 3 fundamental mistakes by these players. It's really bad.
C2.
I didn't win,
Oh,
though.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
They all play bad, but I didn't win. I broke even. Started with 100, walked away with 100.
Excuse me, C2 limps. Limps.
4 players.
And we're going to see 4-way action limped around. Once again, you can kind of see the hand selection. It's pretty poor. There's a bet here by seat 6. He's got a pair of 6s. And Ron is called here with ace-5. I'm not exactly sure why. He's picked up an open-ended straight draw now. Lee continues to bet. Ron calls. The river's a 10, and a pair of 6s is good here.
Call.
And it looks like... What? That's unbelievable. You know what just happened there? Lee bet the river. Keep the board up there for a second. Lee bet the river. Ron called with ace-5, and Lee mucked his hand, and he had the best hand. He thought, there's nothing I can beat out here. He mucked it. He had the best hand. Oh, man. Gonna be one of these nights, huh? Wow. So he bet the river, he got called, and he mucked his hand. He had a pair.
Time.
Maybe he just saw the heart, Shirley, and he was betting on the heart draw. This one's going to get chopped around, it looks like.
Who's the commentator in the back?
Of course, you chop the blinds, gets you the reduced rate. It's only $1 instead of the normal $4 plus $1 for this game.
Mike Sexton? You couldn't get Mike Sexton?
I don't know if you've ever actually had Mike Sexton on the show before. I don't think so.
In here, I don't think so.
Yeah. He might have some sort of contractual obligation.
I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've mentioned to Mark about coming in here, and he's made almost the same comment
What's that?
about
of
an
Sexton?
agreement with no Mark, my friend Mark.
But Mark has been in here, though. Mark Safe?
He's been actually in the booth.
Yeah.
Right?
He has. 2 times, I think.
Just answering questions, though. Then not guest commentating.
Well, I mean, I get whatever you want to call it. He's been in
Yeah.
here.
Well, because he's and the PPT got picked up supposedly. So now I'm sure they'll be a little more strict with him.
Who did the PPT get picked up by?
ESPN, from what I heard.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard so many different things about how it was going to get aired and then it wasn't going to get aired.
Hmm. There was a lot of negotiations.
And Ron is just going to drive forward with absolutely nothing. And Jin's going to make the call here with ace high. And now it's going to get chopped up. And she bets. And he calls. And he's going to turn over. He still has to turn his hand over, though.
Why don't give him the call on the flop?
Well, I like it.
Hollywood.
Yeah, it would be kind of difficult not to beat the game. I think it's more trying to beat the break. Probably what the issue is.
On the flop.
Yeah, 6, 7, 8. You would have hated.
Of course, you can also email us at live@thebike.com.
She got 4, 5. You have 4, 5, right?
34.
34. It would have worked. White, ace, deuce, 5. No ace. Yes, she had an ace.
When you said you used to beat this game, Shirley, like how much would it be for? Like $5 or $10 an hour?
No, it was more than that. It was about
Oh, no.
about I would make about $12 an hour, I think, on this game.
Playing. Do I check all the way to Harold?
Limped around
No
here.
check on it. No.
You got it,
And they've decided to check it all the way
I
down.
love it. My last hand.
beat a 7.
And it looks like a pair of threes is going to win here.
You kept them from before. That was a long time ago. That hand.
What kind of hat is that? Is that what they call a TAM? T-A-M?
It's a Kango. Well,
Does anyone know what a
brand.
TAM hat is? Did I just make that up? No? No one?
I don't
Heard
know.
of the TAM before?
Like that once in a while.
You know what? By the way, can I get my
Mackinac. I don't know what that is.
All right.
Anyways, I played the Poker Brew free roll
Oh, you
on
did?
Sunday for the first time.
Well, I guess you didn't win your $10,000 seat or $12,000 package.
No, I didn't.
I would have heard about that. And you played the Omaha event and placed.
Yes, I did. I placed in the big Omaha event that goes on Stars every week, and it was one of the worst placings you could ever have. 10 deuce 8 here. A couple of clubs. Ron has a pair, and he's going to bet $8. Remember, it's 8.16.
2 players.
June is going to call with overcards, and he hits one of them. June's going to bet. And Ron calls. You think that Ron would ever muck a pair of 8s here? River's a king, gives June top 2.
He might muck now.
Oh, wow.
I think he was calling for the 9. 8, 9, or jack.
June takes it down. Yeah, I finished 10th, which was basically the first pay scale. About
Right, they
four-
paid 18.
Yeah, about $410 when first price was 10 grand. And I felt that the people on the table, on the final table, I really had a
Take
chance.
your big blinds.
They're not that good, are
No.
they? No. You just, you
I was
know,
in a pretty
have to have some
I was in a
hands
pretty
hold up.
good situation to score a lot of money yesterday, so I was a little down after getting knocked out in 10th, I got to tell you. But so it goes.
That's how I always feel when I get knocked out of tournaments, but I didn't know how you would feel. I didn't know if you would be proud that you finished in 10th. That's why I came in. Congratulations. And he would have said, oh, yeah, thanks.
hunt around here. 5-5-7 here on the flop.
Raise.
And a check raise there by Ron with absolutely nothing. And June's going to take one off with overcards. Turns it deuce. Ron bets again. Wow, aggression takes it down.
Thank you.
A lot of these players just play the game for the jackpot. You'll see what, like maybe 4 or 5, 6, 8, 16 tables go, and then when the double jackpot goes down, a couple of them break.
Yeah, a lot of times, well, are you talking about 8-16 specifically or 6-12s too?
The two green chip games that have that
The
jackpot.
6-12 and 8-16. There's
Yeah.
usually more than that when there's when it's this time. There's usually about, let's say 10 tables, and then it'll go down to about 6. Usually 4 6-12s and 2 8-16.
Not yet. Now only 6:18.
When time you want it?
6:30.
Why? Why?
Lucky time.
Five.
Oh, half hour?
Actually, a lot of the people in my crew,
I see. Okay.
the women are very
Yeah, but this
squeamish
table
about it. They
has
don't
a special feature anytime.
no big deal to me.
I don't think so. They let you do it.
How the
Just give
tour
a
guide
check
explained to us. That's very popular.
It's anytime.
Big stew out of and the brain, whatever you got.
Hey, you guys have what?
Great.
Raise.
See, Wanda's going to raise there. Ace, queen of spades.
Basic animals. Sorry, did you
And the big blind calls with king 5 of diamonds.
For $5.
just wonder?
Bet in a call. Turns 10. Check, check. And the river's a jack. And look, oh, no, I thought Bill might throw a bluff in here at the end. Just goes check, check.
2 or 3 times a day with
And ace high is going to take it down.
Yes, I did.
Well, it's too bad that Dave Tuckman isn't in the booth today, because I could really rag on him for the Jets. One of the things he told me, he said,
Oh,
the Jets
did they
are just
lose
going to
this
be
weekend?
so good, but Chad Pennington has to stay healthy. Well,
And you come back on the perfect time.
I guess we know where the Jet season's going now.
Why have they lost 2? They've only been playing 2 weeks, right?
They played 3 weeks, and
3 weeks?
Pennington is out the rest of the year. Got injured on Sunday. Of course, the Patriots pulled off a pretty good big win against Pittsburgh. And here we go. Looks like the pot is linked around here. 6 ways. Pocket jacks over there for seat 5.
So on Sundays, do you sit around watching football all day long?
Yeah, usually. Play a little internet poker.
Yeah, they have good tournaments on Sundays.
Yeah, Sunday's a big internet poker day. Absolutely.
2 players.
So Queen 8 bets, and Bill calls with pocket jacks. The turn's a 4. And let's see. It goes check, check. Wow, and the river's a deuce.
Hey, kicker is good.
And gets checked down here.
Wait a shit, that's like.
I made up for the other.
What else is Sunday for, you know? Do you,
I like going to the movies and stuff like that.
do you have, wherever you play or wherever you work on your website, do you have a TV you buy, or you just,
No, I don't.
no?
No. I used to work on my laptop, and I used to sit out there and watch television, but I found that I got less done.
Right, but what about when playing? Does it find it's a distraction?
When I'm playing and... Oh, watch a television?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Oh, brand new cards, too.
I think it might be partly the nature of the games that I play.
20 minutes.
What, that it's not distracting to you?
Yeah, I just play kind of tight and just...
Yeah, but you multi-table, so...
I do. I do. But, Yeah, multi-table. There's still a lot going on, though.
See, I mean, I'm always doing so much on my computer. I mean, I have my screens minimized because I'm playing either 1 or 2 games, normally 1. And then I also have my email, and I'm corresponding to emails. And sometimes, like, I'm corresponding to emails, but I'm also writing, something. Like right now I'm doing some translations for a couple of the profiles are being translated into, like, 10 different languages. So I'm rewriting that, and then once I get them rewritten, I'm sending them an email while I'm playing a game. I can only play 1 game. And if the TV was on too, forget it.
Ray's here, ace queen of clubs, ace 8 right to his left calls immediately, ace 3 offsuit is in there, and king 4 suited.
4 players.
10-7-5, a couple of diamonds. And look at this, Bill puts a bet in from the button. Doesn't have anything.
2 players.
And we're heads up. See if he can follow up with the bluff. He might take it down. Nope, check, check. Turn was a 3 of hearts, and the river's a 6.
That gives Bill a straight.
Yep. And ace queen's going to call.
Straight. Miracle river.
Runner, runner, straight. We love it when you lose a pot and the lady in seat 9 kind of mocks you. A miracle. Oh, so the PPT thing with the ESPN, that's what the WPT is getting sued over.
Yeah, I knew that they were in I knew that there was a conflict, but I didn't actually know that it wasn't a done deal, so I guess it's not a done deal. I know that Mark's doing, some of the stuff that we're doing, the ADR, the voiceover stuff. He started doing that last week, so hopefully it'll be coming out pretty soon.
Now, is the production company that's doing the PPT, is it ESPN, though, or they've done a separate entity and ESPN is just going to air it? Because I'm really not happy with the way that ESPN does their coverage.
Well, it's going to be almost the same as the World Poker Tour. I mean, they're the ones that, film it. It's the World Poker Tour crew.
Okay.
It looks almost identical to the World Poker Tour, actually. A little bit darker colors, not those, hot pink and blue flashy colors. It's more subtle. It's very similar.
Okay. Well, I obviously I like it better than the ESPN. Well, seat 3 here, bet with a flush
Seat 6
draw.
raised.
Yep, seat 6 raised with queen 7. There's the spade, so seat 3's made the flush. And he bets it immediately, which I love because a lot of people will try to check raise here and then
And we do
get a free
have
card.
that right. Queen 7. It's right.
So he could hit a spade and win here. Oh, the river's an 8. And Rostam bets again here with the flush. And ace-jack is going to pay him off the whole way. I mean, unless you have the nut flush there on the turn. If I had something like 3-6 of spades, I would definitely bet the turn and limit hold them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no guarantee that the guy who raised in between is going to bet if you check it to him. And then you might let a disaster free card come off. Or just not get paid on that street.
Well, I was, I told you I was playing that 3-6 today. And there was once where I was in the blind with suited ace, ace 4 of clubs, and the flop came 4-4-9 with 2 diamonds, and there were 5 people in the pot. And, you don't even need to get tricky. You just bet out, and I still had 3 callers.
Right.
And then on the turn, blank, I bet out and still had 3 callers. The river was an ace, I bet out, and then all of a sudden they decided to fold. One showed pocket 8s, but it was,
So it
you
looks
don't
like
have to get fancy. Just put those chips in there with the best hand.
Now, seat 2 has raised here with 4-8 suited. Pocket 7s has re-raised in seat 6. And seat 7 calls 3 bets cold with the ace 5 offsuit. And Harold is in there because he was in the blind with 10-5 offsuit. That's just
This is
amazing.
just, yeah.
King, Jack, King here. Ron has a flush draw, the original raiser. And he checks it. And everyone checks.
Everyone checks.
Turns a queen. Looks like pocket 7s is still in the lead here, and now Ron bets. Tough to... Yeah, look at this. Pocket 7s is going to muck. Now, Harold has an open-ended straight draw. He may call. And it's going to be funny because if he oh, no, he's going to muck. I was going to say, if he calls and Ron checks down the river, Harold could have won it there with possibly 10 high. But, there you go. Ron takes it down. Flush draw. I just want to know, I mean, is the PPT, the idea of that is almost, again, it's been talked about, kind of like a professional golf tour, right? Where most of the money is going to be put up in tournament prize pools by the advertisers, right? As opposed to entry fees?
There is no entry fees, so all of the money that's being won on
right.
the PPT.
Well, all the ones in the past have been all free rolls, right?
Right.
But there's going to be some sort of structured thing as to who qualifies. Because I
There
heard
is
some
a
of
structure,
some
yeah.
of the PPT things have kind of been a joke, haven't they? Been invite, and not necessarily the best players have been invited, more so celebrities.
Yeah, well, it's
and
no,
other things.
not really. The ones that are invited are for the Invitational, the World Poker Tour Invitational.
No, I'm talking
But
about
the
the former
PPT
PPT events.
6 players.
Six-way action here.
They have qualifications for them. I think that they, fudge a little once in a while to get somebody in there they might want in there, but it's their show, so.
It's a big pot here, and Lee has flopped the nut straight.
I know on their site they have all the qualifications listed.
And why not bet it? And Harold has a set. A bet by Lee. June raises with top pair. Harold has a set. How do you not 3-bet that flop with a set of sixes from early position if you checked it? I don't know. But he chooses just to call. And now the straight 3-bets it. And June's going to cap it, and he's all in with King 10. Harold calls. In seat 5, he's in there with a gut shot and backdoor club. So we've got a big pot here. Turns a king, and now June probably thinks his hand is good. And Harold checks the sixes again. Let's see if he's going for a check raise. Let's see what Harold does here. No, wow, very passive. This is like a $400 or $500 pot in an 8-16 game. This is huge.
Oh, my God.
And the river is the king, and June has a higher full house than Harold. 2 full houses in a straight. Oh, this is crazy.
I was going to give, say
Lead
something
bets.
derogatory towards seat number 7. I mean, obviously his 10 was no good. And it turned into being the best hand.
Harold just check called all the way with the full house, never showed any aggression. And King 10 is going to win full house over full house. Unbelievable. I mean, you've got a set of sixes. The turn and the river are kings. If you're scared of the straight, how do you not? I guess maybe he thought the guy had pocket 8s or pocket 10s.
Seat
That's
6 is
incredible.
bad. Look at he's waves his hand. I'm out of here.
And you just wait.
You saved me a lot of money.
Okay, so that's two hands right in a row, pocket 6s and 7s.
Yeah.
That show small pocket pairs aren't profitable.
And we're going to see how much that was.
As
I got to
I-
say, that's at least 4 stacks.
That's
At
yeah,
least
that's
4
a lot of
stacks.
money.
That was a big pot.
Well, he flopped it straight.
I know I see.
Running full house there for King 10. Wow.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, you were saying $400 or $500. I think that was a little too much because that would have had to been 2 racks, and I
We'll
don't think
see.
that's 2 racks.
We'll see when the guy's done with his.
Yeah, well, then you're
chips.
saying 4 stacks, which is only 160. I think we're probably in about $280 range.
So when I hit
Okay.
my full house, he hit his full house.
Big pot nonetheless.
Yeah, big pot. Stay away from those small pairs.
No, I just sat.
So seat 5 moved to
no
seat
one's
6,
going anywhere if they have a hand,
and seat 6 raised.
and no one's going.
Or seat
out.
9, excuse me.
I just,
4 more chips, please.
I didn't know.
Raise right here.
Where's it there? I didn't think it was going to hold up. I mean, I didn't know.
5 players.
5-way action to the flop. Ace, Queen, 9.
Go ahead.
And Jin bets here. She's got top pair, and everyone calls. Couple straight draws. Turns a 9. It gives Jin a flush draw now as well. It's a 9 of spades on the turn, and she bets. And everyone folds. What respect? And she's going to take it down.
Should have played it. Playing too tight.
So how'd the show go on Friday? I had a great time at my reunion, by the way.
What reunion did you go to?
My
High school reunion?
Mhm.
5th year?
Right in there. Thanks, Bert. I was right in there.
It's okay, you can tell me what it really was off here. Oh, I'm just kidding. Three-way action here. You always think that, I mean, I don't know how old you are, Shirley, but you always tell me how young I am, so that's the only reason why I'm making that comment. You do have 3 kids, right? 2, 3 kids? 2 kids?
I have 2.
2 kids. So she's a mom, she's the poker baby, and she plays Omaha.
I have no
What more do
time.
you want?
I'm serious. I have no time. I'm actually losing my mind because I have so much going on.
Do you have a babysitter?
Yeah, my cousin, she's my live-in nanny. So, yeah, today I get up to go to a couple of appointments, the dentist appointment at noon and a financial advisor meeting at 1. And then I see a card that says my appointment for my dentist is at 12:30. So I look at the noon one that I've been looking at all week, and it said August 22nd. So I'm looking in totally the wrong month. I have no clue what month it is. So then I'm on the way and thinking I'm not going to make this financial advisor meeting. So I call him and tell him I'm going to have to push it back a little bit because, there's no way I'm going to be out of the dentist. He said, surely our meeting's next week. I go, no, I have the card right here. It says October 3rd. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's next week. Oh, man, I'm losing my mind.
A raise there by Queen Jack suited and a call out of the big blind with 4-6 of spades. All clubs on the flop. Check and a bet. And Rostam takes it down.
But I know when the Omaha tournaments are.
Oh, there you
I
go.
know the bike has their Omaha tournament this Friday.
Big Poker October with
That's
a K.
right. $200 this Friday and $300 the following Friday.
Oh.
No fun to play with. Throw away
I don't play for fun, goddammit. I play for money.
throw away ace to jack. Yeah, hell is down.
So all when the crazies come out for LA Omaha tournament.
Raise.
Some wacky people.
Yeah, another jack.
Seat 9's going to raise here at pocket 6s. And she's going to get a couple of callers. Ace 10 of diamonds, King Jack offsuit. Looks like an identical flop to last time. Ace 7 8 all clubs. What are the odds of that? Bet and a call. Seat 8 has an ace. But now Jin has the best hand with the 6 of clubs. And seat 8 has ace 10, and the river is a 7. It went check on the river, and it gets checked down on the end. Jin's going to take it down there with the 6 of clubs. There's a good look at our chips, green $2 chips. Those are chips that you don't often see here at Vibe at the Bike. Of course, we stream live action cash poker Monday through Friday from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock Pacific time. Normally on Wednesday we have our whale game sponsored by Poker Blue.
Raise.
Either 50-100 no limit or 300-600 limit hold'em. Fridays we have our big no limit game. We're going to try to get some 300-500 action in there for you.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
And there's a rumor that there's going to be a ladies' night sometime this week.
Yeah, I think I heard that too.
Is that on Thursday?
Well, we talked about that last week, I think. I wanted
Yeah.
to do that.
Thursday this week.
What, am I look ugly?
We wanted to.
I'm not scheduled to be in the booth, so maybe I will play.
Well, we want to get it to be a higher buy-in, possibly a 200, maybe
That would be great.
1 or a 2, so we can see you in action, Shirley. That would be great.
3 players.
Harold bet here, seat 8 and seat 9 both called. Well, Turns a 6. Looks like Harold still has the best hand. He's going to bet again here. And both people call pairs and gut shots. The river's a jack, and pocket tens is most likely going to check it down here, I would imagine.
Everybody check. What do we have?
And he probably doesn't think he has the best hand, but he
Sixes.
does.
Tens.
Well, this game is in essence what 2040 Hold'em is. It's the same structure. It's a 4-8 chip structure game. The blinds are 4 and 2.
Blinds, please.
2 in the small, 4 in the big.
That's what I say. You got lucky. Nobody got an ace. You do that all the time. Do I? And when the position is reversed, you always got the ace. Well, you got a nice pocket pair.
Well, I don't play anything else.
Life is not
Your action,
fair,
sir?
man.
What do you want? What?
Here's a post on 2+2. Poker 327. PPT mostly has the top players, but allows the casinos to invite about 5 players, and also has WPT announcers.
Yes.
It's raised.
So Mike Sexton and Vince get to play. I know Linda Johnson gets to play. And then a lot of them qualify depending on, if they place in a WPT event. And then they take the top players of the year. And they also have I think the final table of the main event of the World Series of Poker are also players that qualify.
Now June raised here with pocket aces. Harold has a straight draw to the 10. And he's going to make the call. If a 10 were to come, he would be good.
And there it is.
And there it is. The return is a 10, and he checks. June's going to bet.
Raise.
And now Harold's going to raise. June could actually win here with a queen on the river. Harold's hit the gut shot. And I know it's very, very difficult in Limit Hold'em to get away from an overpair, but if a guy like Harold check raised me on the turn, you really have to know that one pair is no good. But, I mean, it takes some really advanced skill to lay down aces against that board heads up.
Hold on. Jack eye straight.
But there's just no way that one player is good here. Now, you might think, though, if the guy has 2 pair, that you have outs, and the pot might be laying you the right odds to the river. So.
Thank
Right.
you, players.
So you could think that a queen would be good for the nut straight.
Thank you.
And if the board pairs, his hand would be good. He's got a new player coming into seat 5. Constantine.
That's what I thought.
Good Greek name. So Mark Safey kind of does the color. Do they use the same guys that do the ESPN announcing, like Lon and?
No, it's just.
Oh, because
like
it's WPT. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I keep thinking to ESPN.
Right.
NBC. Who's the other announcers for it?
So Mark is like the Mike Sexton,
Oh, really?
and then Matt Corboy is Vince. I guess you would say.
And I'm not familiar with that second gentleman.
I know that he had. I don't know what kind of announcing jobs he's had, but I know that he's had a couple acting jobs.
His son was going like 85 miles an hour.
Oh, he does their WPT boot camp. That's what he's known for. That's what we're getting word. Okay,
But they do a lot more like we do. They do a lot of live commentary that they actually use. Less voiceovers and stuff like that. Less work in the studio, more while they're watching the play.
Ron's going to bet here, and seat number 8, he raises with a pair of 3s. Thinks he has the best hand, but Ron has an overpair. Let's see if he'll 3-bet him. Now, Harold has top pair. A bet and a raise. He's got king 7. Wow, he's going to lay it down. Usually you don't see that at this level. And Ron is going to 3-bet it. and we'll call him George over there. 3 bets. Gevorg, 3 bets. Or 4 bets, excuse me. The turn's a 9. The third diamond. Tens is going to check. Seed 8 bets. And Ron calls. Seed 8's going to need a lot of help here on the river. It's a 5, but it's a diamond, so he makes 2 pair. But Ron has the 10 of diamonds in his hand. And he's going to check raise with the 10 of diamonds here on the river. Wow. What balls, I guess. He check raises on the river.
That's just horrible.
With the 10 of diamonds, a hand that you probably would only be able to get called.
Yeah, I mean, the guy didn't call there with 2 pair. He wasn't going to get called except with someone with an ace.
Right.
Someone that has a higher flush. It's just...
Yeah, check raise there with the 10 of diamonds. Wow.
I mean, I guess if you think that someone with a jack of diamonds might lay down, but I doubt that's going to happen.
That play didn't make a lot of sense.
No, it didn't make sense to me neither. I'm just trying to figure out what he was thinking.
Well, the other thing, too, is, so as we continue to talk about PPT, so can they see the cards, though, when the action's going on? Because I know in the WPT...
No, they cannot.
They can't, right? Because the WPT, or the thing on Travel Channel, to protect the integrity of it, they can't see the cards, so... I know, it would be interesting to see how much that they can actually... You know, they can do live commentary without seeing the cards, but obviously you have to go back and do some voiceover when you know the cards.
Yeah.
I call.
Same flop.
We're going to see 5-way action.
5 players with a lot of garbage here.
Queen 5 deuce, all spades. The other thing I wonder, too, is when someone's threatening to sue someone, I mean, that can delay things for a long time. Are we going to see the thing on in the next couple of years? You know?
Yeah.
I'd hope to, but
shows
who
will
knows?
be so old.
Yeah. Ron bet here with the queen, and he's going to take it down.
Can you put your dress on?
Yeah. I don't want to see this guy in the dress.
Wig, dress, anything would be nice.
Lipstick. I'll go with the lipstick, but
Big blind.
this guy in a dress.
Here we go. There's a post here by Kev Math on 2+2. The WPTE, the World Poker Tour Entertainment, put up 500,000 or Enterprises, excuse me, 500,000 for each of the 5 PPT events. There were up to 18 exemptions. They only paid 6 people. Final table was usually 10 days after the first 2 days of the PPT event that was held.
There were 3-day events. They would hold the 2 days, and then they would play out the series of the tournaments that they were in. Like, say they were in, we'll say they were at the bike, and they would do the first 2 days, and then they would play out some of the Legends event, and then come back and do the final taping of the
Event.
the 6. Yeah, the last 6 players would play it out about 10 days later.
And normally they would hold PPT events within a WPT tournament series, right?
Right.
Yeah. It's interesting. Well, I mean, you only can hope that something like that will continue to get bigger. Because it's very, very difficult, obviously, if you're trying to turn poker into a thing. I mean, there have been comments made that poker has almost as much viewership as football. Now, I don't know who made that statement, but I find it a little bit hard to believe. But if poker is bringing enough money in for entertainment, then there's no reason why the majority of prize money should be coming from the players. It would be almost like akin to, again, like someone on the golf tour having to put up ridiculous entry fees. Or the prize pool not coming from the sponsorship, just coming from the players. That obviously doesn't happen in tennis and golf. It's all sponsorship. Constantine's going to bet here with pocket 7s. And see, they're just going to let go of the ace-10. then again, there's always this question, well, are major corporations going to get into the business of sponsoring gambling? Well, I mean, Budweiser has a piece of the WPT, don't they, usually on the Travel Channel? I mean, they do
I don't
those.
know about the technicalities of that part. I don't know if they have a piece. I know that they have their beer shown at the end.
That's what I mean. I mean, they're an
Yeah.
advertiser. That's what I mean.
Yes.
Piece of the advertising.
Right.
First time I see you race, I say, oh,
It's obviously it's a time of confusion, and no one really knows where it's going right now.
Race.
Seat 4 is going to bring this one with Ace Jack of
That's
clubs.
a vanilla milkshake with no fat milk and no whipped cream. Just no lactate. What am I
And G-Vord calls there with Ace 4. And then Harold had limped in with a suited connector. King 9-3 here on the flop. Rainbow.
Go ahead.
Harold actually flopped the best hand. And he is going to check call. Turn is a jack. That now gives Gino the best hand.
I'll bet one more time.
And he's going to bet again.
But only one. I'm dead.
And Harold has a gut shot here. He can catch a queen.
I'm dead.
And the river is a king.
Check.
I'm dead.
And in actuality, Shirley, an expert play there. If the guy checked to me on the river with a king,
Oh, Lord, thank you.
I might bet there with ace jack, especially against Harold. Now, if Harold check raises me on the river, I know my hand is no good, but a bet there on the river would have been a nice value bet. And I don't know if he would have got called by Harold or not. Some people say, well, you only get called by a hand that beats you. Well, not necessarily. Harold could have called with a weak jack there. But anyways, it went check on the river.
What happened? What's the score? What's the score now?
I don't know. See 0-0.
Oh, 0-0.
Pocket kings over there for the lady under the gun.
Race.
Forgot about the one.
She's going to raise it up.
Race. 10%.
Ace jack suited there for seat 4. He calls.
So it's Kansas City, 10-0 or Denver?
Three player.
Oh, my God.
And we're going to see three-way action.
Time.
10-8-3, a couple of hearts. The overpair bets. Gino's going to call with a couple of overcards. And Constantine is in there for some reason with ace-9. Turns a 7. Constantine has the only heart. He has an open-ended straight draw now, and he has the 9 of hearts. Wow, and the king's checked. And Constantine's going to bet here. And Jin is, well, she's thinking she's going to make the call, though. She does not have a heart in her hand. Gino's out of there. And the river is a heart, and Constantine gets there.
Check.
And he's going to bet it here with the 9 of hearts.
Sit on this.
And she calls. An ace-9 with the 9 of hearts is good. What is he doing on the flop? What's he doing in there on the flop, Shirley? I don't know.
I don't know.
But he makes running hearts with the 9 of hearts. And that's unbelievable.
Make a lot of money.
As always, Limit Hold'em is a game of bad beats and
What did you have?
ridiculous suckouts.
What did he make?
Now, the only thing that you could say to seat 9 that might make her feel a little bit better, and I don't know if it's going to make it feel better, is that you're going to make money off of people like that in the long run. People calling with ace-9 on the flop.
Right.
Remember, you don't have any weapons.
Doesn't make
Yeah,
it
you're
any...
talking about, I don't know what he was doing in there on the flop, but he shouldn't have. Well, I wouldn't have played it.
Well, it was raised
From
pre-flop,
before.
of
Yeah, I
course.
wouldn't have played it.
Raised pre-flop under the gun. Pretty much played the hand badly every street. He did bet the turn when he was behind as well. And C2 is going to raise it up here with ace-4 of diamonds. Constantine playing the rush. He's got ace queen of spades. He just smooth calls. And there we go with that kind of inferior blind play over there in seat 9. The
Right,
9-5
5-9.
offsuit.
You don't need to explain to me, okay?
Ron's got top pair here.
Hold down.
And
The last one.
there's the blind being rewarded for her play.
Yep,
For her
she's got
play. She has
bottom
2
two.
pair. See if it holds out.
Well, Ron checked at the original raiser. And I believe that 9-5 either raised or check raised. Yeah, check raised, I believe. She's going to bet the turn here. And ace queen just calls. And the river's a 3, and 9-5 is going to be good. And she checks it.
Well,
yeah.
maybe she thought he was on a hard draw.
Yeah.
Got money back.
She got back in.
Again, Kenneth talked about in Limit Hold'em. Kenneth James, of course, talking about how you can bet the river because more often than not, if you get raised, you know your hand isn't good unless you're against a tricky player. But she would have got an extra bet there, obviously. She would have gotten called by ace queen. Obviously, the heart scared her at the end. But I don't necessarily check. I don't necessarily check that on the end. Heads up.
We'll take a big slice. I'm the queen, and thank you.
You want any more of these olives?
No, fine. I have the food. Thank you.
Wait, come. On you, sir.
Yeah, chopsticks.
Raise.
5's raising. 5-3?
Yep, 5-3 suited. Mid position raise, the 5-3 suited.
Uh-huh.
And everyone
These
calls.
weak aces. Oh, God. Nice hands.
Ace 7-3 here on the flop. Gino's got top 2 pair. And Gino checks it. Oh, did he bet there? Did Gino bet there on seat 4? No? He's just slow playing the ace 7 here. He just check calls with ace 7.
3-5's the one that's betting.
Turns the deuce of diamonds. Constantine's going to continue to bet. Seat 9 calls with bottom pair. Now Harold's out with the weak ace.
Seat 9, yeah, well, seat 9
And
is
now
not
let's see
bottom
if Gino
pair.
check raises.
Second pair.
Raise.
Check raises.
Want to kick me out.
And Constantine's going to call here with 3-5. He's got a gut shot to the 4.
He needs a 4.
And Jin has a straight draw as well. Could pick up a 5. Let's see the river. The river's a king. It's a third heart. And Gino bets into it.
Now, this is one time when I don't know if I would be betting into there, but
Well, this is a little bit different. This hand is
I know
played out
there's a lot of
differently.
callers, and you would think
Yeah.
they would have some kind of draw there. That wouldn't be a good.
Yeah, this
Hard.
Hand, this hand played a little differently. But I don't like waiting to check raise. I mean, again, someone
Yeah.
in their right mind is not going to bet there in seat 5. Obviously, he's lucky enough that the guy to his left bet with 5-3 twice. But
Are you saying that that he's not in his right mind?
I,
He said nobody in his right mind.
I'm sure the internet players out there are salivating over this play. Go come down here. Hop on the bike. 8-16 is one of our most common games. It's spread here a lot.
Raise.
Couple of raisers here. Or a raise and a call. Couple callers. Here we go. We've got three-way action. I believe it was Constantine that raised with ace-10. 9-3-3. June has the best hand in seat 7. Bet by 5, call by 6.
And he just comes out betting,
And June's going to raise.
right? Oh, no, he doesn't.
Yeah, he did. He did bet.
Bill bet with ace queen.
Constantine bet. He was the original raiser. Got a call in between by ace queen.
Okay.
10-3 has raised with his set with his three
With
threes.
strips, he's not slow playing.
And he's
yeah.
going to jam it. And I love it, actually.
Me too. That's
But usually you don't see it at this level.
I know they weren't.
And Constantine 3-betted with abs 3-bet with nothing. And oh, then ace comes on the turn. Now that's going to probably stick both players in.
they'll call all the way
And,
down
yep,
now.
June's gonna, he's gonna bet. Call and a call. And they're gonna need to spike the case ace to chop. And the river's a deuce. And June bets. And 2 callers and 3 threes. Is gonna take it down. Bill's all in seat 6. 10-3 is good. He called there again, and he suited, it looks like. Called the race, pulled 10-3 suited.
Pre-flop.
Pre-flop. Yeah. And actually, he made a backdoor flush there.
Yeah, I know.
Made a backdoor flush.
Means all the bases were covered.
Unbelievable. Backdoor flush takes it down.
See what happens when you play those 10-3s suited?
Yep.
Look at that nice pot. Remember that next time, Bart.
Hey Dog on 2+2 said Amberbach is the sponsor for WPT. Well,
That's not.
it
I mean,
changed
used to
it.
be.
Now this season it's actually regular Budweiser. Because I
Right.
remember I got to toast with them boys here when I did a couple nights.
Mm-hmm.
And the can is cool, like can of Budweiser. It was shaped in
It's a
in-
can like a
It
bottle.
was shaped in the form of a bottle, but it was a
Uh-huh.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
really
cool.
interesting. I've never seen it in the stores yet. But yeah, really
Yeah, you
really
came in here
interesting.
with
Yeah.
with it. Showed it to us. We're pocket king seat 2.
Yeah, he's in the
He's
big
in
blind.
Small blind.
C2. Yep, C2 is in the small blind with kings, and he's going to raise.
Raise.
Okay.
It's only 4 chips.
Jack 9 in the big blind calls.
Yeah, but nobody raised.
It's an insult. They're calling you a nobody. It's all right.
And we are going to see 6-way action times a double-sized bet. So we've already got about a $100 pot.
All depends on the flop.
And kings is looking really good here as 3 of the aces are dead.
Jack 9.
But
Just
look
swap
at that.
top 2.
Yeah, top 2. Let's see if he pops it here. Let's see if he raises.
Raise.
And I like it here, Shirley. I mean, there's so many people in the hand. You've got to really jam it here with something like Jack
Is
9.
Bill calling?
3 bets.
Bill just called a raise with ace 10.
Yep.
Replay.
He has
And
no
the-
dime, and he's calling for a gut shot.
And the kings 3-betted and Jack 9 4-betted. Oh, the turn is a king, and that gives Ron a set of kings. And he checks it, and he's going to check raise.
3 bets.
I'm still
And C3 is
stunned
going to call.
at Bill.
Actually, C3 re-raised him. So check raised on the turn and re-raised there by Jack 9 in between. And Bill's still sticking around with
Yeah,
ace 10.
he is. I mean, he picked up a double gutter now, but
Yeah, and it's capped. It's been capped on 2 streets, and this is a giant pot.
I think this is the biggest pot so far.
It's got to be at least over $300. And the river is a 5, and a set of kings is good here. Bet and a call. Set of kings takes it down.
Send it to Daddy. Mr.
That's a
Nobody.
big
Mr.
pot.
Nobody,
Yes,
that's
it
right.
is.
Capped on the flop, capped on the turn.
They ran out of diamonds.
The turn alone with 3 players, $64 from each player. So that's about
I have a feeling
$195
besides the flush draw.
there on the turn alone, and then another 32 there on the river, plus whatever the pre-flop action was and on the flop. And I believe it was capped on the flop as well. So
Nice turn cards there.
about at least a $300 pot.
I think I'll
200 behind.
hope he has pocket jack
200 behind on 6.
or maybe queen. CD, you make too much noise, sir.
They're all in.
Everybody's in here. Family pot.
Raise.
All right, I got someone on tilt.
And
C3's
C3
raising and not showing his cards. I mean,
he's
I
on
think
tilt.
he's steaming, yeah, because of Jack 9.
He's steaming. Let's see what he raised with out of the blind. Now, I'm going to, probably guess to say it's probably not that good of a hand here, Shirley.
Yeah.
And it's 10-6 suited. Yep. And he's in big trouble, from what I see from some of the hands. His 10 is dominated. He would need to spike a 6.
Or diamonds.
Oh, and look at that. He picks up
It's
a
not a
diamond
bad
draw.
flop
Wow.
right there, yeah.
7,
9 or
8,
diamond.
Jack, 2 diamonds. He's got a gut shot straight draw and a flush draw. And it looks like a bet there by C3, and it looks like everyone's going to call. I think C3 bet blind on the flop, too, as well, Shirley.
You think?
Yeah, so let's see the turn. The turn's a 4. That gives him more outs. Now he's double gutted with the flush draw. He's got a double gutter with the flush draw. He bets again. And I don't know if anyone can call.
Well, I know there was at least one caller.
Well,
I think
Ron's
we
going
have
to
2
call.
callers.
Well, Ron's going to call with Ace-7, and you're right, King-9 is called as well. And the river is a 7, and Rostam doesn't get there. Ron's got trip 7s, and he's going to bet it. Oh, and that's going to put the guy even steaming more. I mean, what a huge draw he's got there in the turn. He didn't get there. And Ron takes it down there with Ace-7. Wow. Jeez.
You notice that 7 coming up on the river?
Incredible.
At the other table.
That guy's on fire. He's won another big pot.
At Ace 7.
Did you go to church this morning, sir? Did you go to confession or something? No. You see the priest? Man.
Someone was telling me, Shirley, that Live the Bike is going to be featured in Card Player next issue.
Really?
So take a look for that.
Oh, when we had our Legends here, there was a guy that did a lot of, customs.
It's funny no one interviewed me, but
They interviewed me. You notice my face is on the back cover. They interviewed me.
well, I did get to put my picture in there this time though.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But you would think they would interview me, but
I know.
oh well. Here we go with the flop. 8 for a deuce, couple of clubs. It looks like we got another family pot here. I believe that Ace King raised there out of seat 6. And Harold's going to bet with a pair of 3s. Looks like everyone's going to call. And Constantine has the best hand right now with 7-4 in the big blind, it looks like. Turns a queen. 7-4 going to hold up here? Harold's going to bet again with a pair of 3s. Gino's picked up an open-ended straight draw. Constantine calls. And June's got a wheel draw. And the river is an 8. And it looks like 7-4 is good here. But Harold's going to continue to bet. He's bet the entire hand. And Constantine's going to call him down with basically what amounts to third pair there. And it's good. 7-4. Wow. That's incredible.
I could have sworn they had Ace-8. I'm saying to myself, the only way
Did you
Harold...
ever hear the expression, you can't be smart with dumb ball players?
Let's take a look at our blue and green chips
Saying
now.
to myself, it's got to be Ace-8 suited.
And look at C2. Look at
I
his
was going to
chip
say,
stack.
look at the castle in front of him.
Well, he won. Basically, he took down like $400 or $500 in those 2 hands, which in green chips is what, like 2 to 2.5 racks, right? 1, 2.
Yeah, he has about 4.5 racks there.
Wow.
So he has about $900.
And look, and he's showing C3 showing that he's mocking a weak ace.
Uh-huh.
But the guy to his left has pocket aces. So Gino's raised here with aces. And only three-way action this time. Queen, Jack, 6, and you wouldn't think that anyone could call here on the flop.
Where are you going to ambush me, young man? On the turn or on the river?
I'm wrong, because it looks like June called with pocket 4s. Now Gino has a set of aces. And is June going to call all the way down with pocket 4s? What can you beat
Well, we
here?
saw him call earlier.
Actually, he
with-
bet. Excuse me. He bet on the ace. And now he's going to get raised. And now he should get out. I thought he was checking and calling. To see where he's at, okay. Oh, there you go. So a bet and a fold. Bet he gets raised and he folds. Set of aces takes it down.
Isn't that weird? I needed an ace in the hand before. I get 2 plus 1 down there. What was that all about?
Ask him what I threw away.
And you would have lost, right?
I probably would have lost. I know.
No, I mean the club.
I know.
Time.
Oh, you set the hand before.
Ace king suited here for the small blind. And they're going to chop it up. Actually, it was for June, the big blind.
I lost with pocket jacks on a club.
And that's going to be a rarity tonight to see a chop pot, for sure. Oh, you know, one of the other things I wanted to talk to you about, Shirley, is I read your journal entry. This, of course, is at poker-babes.com, Shirley's website. And, boy, I thought you were going to play up the loss to me at David's home game a little bit more. but
what
it was
did you
just-
want me to say?
It was just in passing.
It was.
Like, oh my
I-
God, I lost to Bart. My goodness.
Well, I didn't really know how to go about it. Like,
And of course, it was fun that we got to play at the same table yesterday. I didn't know
yeah,
about that.
it was
Although I think we
166 players, and we drew the same table for online.
I think we only got we got involved in one hand. I pulled a limp re-raise with A, B, C, D double suited, and you flopped the nut flush, and I was out of there. I checked, you bet, and I folded. It was pretty easy for me. Do you remember that hand?
I
Ace
remember
four spades.
flopping a nut flush.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. That was a good one. You had raised with some garbage like ace 4, 6, 9 or something like that.
Better than deuce 3, 5, 9.
And the pizza. I can't believe it.
Look at it, it's
Cannot believe it.
And we are going to see a pot limped around here again.
Any problem in dessert?
It's becoming wider and wider.
6-way action.
Nice flop for Bill.
Yep, Bill's got he's flopped a straight, and he has a straight flush draw. And he's going to bet. And everyone's going to call. And that's the reason why you would never slow play in this game,
You don't
Shirley.
need to.
There's
Yeah.
no reason to slow play in this game. Harold's got second pair there, the ace of diamonds. Turn is a queen.
That gives June 2 pairs.
Yep,
So
it does. So June has some more out. He's got some outs now.
right.
Well,
If
is
he
gonna
raises
raise?
or just calls, it looks like he's raising it.
Yep, he's
he
going
does
to raise. And you would think that Bill's probably going to re-raise him here. Why not? You've got the nut. And he does. And June calls. Can June spike the full house again here on the river? That's
June
the
needs to
question.
get some more chips out there. There you go.
No, he's got too much. Oh, okay.
Oh, he 3-betted him.
Huh?
I think he did he
No,
re-raise?
Bill 3-bet. No. It's 3-bet.
Okay, the river's a 10, and he doesn't get there on the straight. And he's going to bet with the straight. 6-9's going to be good here.
Oh, my God. What a fucking hand. See the hand, please.
Uh-oh, somebody's asking for the hand, Shirley. Somebody's
I missed
asking
that.
for the hand. Go out and kill that guy. Yeah, I think it was C2 that did it. Ron Fernandez over there in seat 2. Looks like he's the big winner so far tonight.
Now we know your favorite number, you dirty old man.
What would you like to drink?
Same. What do you drink?
Oh, here we go. So Ron, he's up in the lead. I want to say, what was he at last time? I think he was at maybe 300. He was at around 400, so he's up about $500 in an 8-16 game. That's pretty big. And we can see kind of the rest of the people here. Seat 3 was down a little bit.
All right. I'll have a shot of rum. All right.
Bill raises here with ace 9.
You're gonna make your own money in your stomach.
Sir, you're a bad example. Your son is watching.
All right. He knows something. You know what they'll have the.
And we're going to see a flop here. 5 ways. Queen, 8, queen.
On the rock.
Seat 9's got ace 8.
House vodka or
Or you want something else?
Yeah, that's fine.
Raise.
And she's going to check raise here.
Three bet.
What are you ordering? Bro?
same thing?
And the turn is a queen.
Check.
And seat 5's going to continue to bet. He raised pre-flop. And Jin's just going to call here. She's got a full house. She has the best hand.
Yeah, no, I know, but I.
And the river is at 3. And a bet. And seat 9 calls. I mean, if she check raised here on the flop, what do you think she could have there? Queen 8, queen on the flop. There really wasn't a draw out there.
When did you brew
Calls
these
them all the
huevos?
way down with the full house, and she takes it down.
They're getting
They
bigger.
were dove huevos? Yeah. Now they're squirrels. It's the glasses, that's what it is.
Small blind you bet.
Blame your
What is that? An avocado there on the table? Seat 4, or is that one of those hand?
Blame your parents.
What is that thing? It's a brain. Interesting. He's moved his brain onto the table. Well, it's plain like it. I think that's one of those squeezy things, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think he's actually the one that asked to see the guy's cards at the end. His brain just popped right out of his head. It's on the table now.
Let's run them.
Four-way action here. I believe that Harold raised with ace-king. Ace-7-9 here on the flop. And Harold has checked. Jin is going to bet here with nothing. And Harold calls. 10-7, ace-king, and 3-4. The turn is an 8. That gives 10-7 an open-ended straight draw with the pair. Gets checked around, and the river is a 4. And once again, Harold has played the hand pretty passively. He's going to bet now with ace-king. And let's see if seed 8... No, seed 8's not going to pay him off. Well, usually when Harold bets, he normally allows the goods.
Hot ace.
And he takes it down.
It's been a nosedive.
Looks like seat 5's taking a little break. Just taking off. Going to get a new player in there.
I thought he'd never leave.
Raise.
Hey, we're trying to go for 3 in a row?
Oh, we got a young player coming into seat 5. He wants to be called Big Mike.
3 out of 4?
So he's coming into the game.
Okay.
Supposedly he's an action player. You gotta wonder why a guy names himself Big Anything. Yeah, usually because he's small, right? That's what Shirley just told me. 8-3-6 here on the flop. Harold's got top pair. And now Harold will pick up top 2 pair. Jin's going to continue to bet. Let's see if Harold raises one time now. Oh, he just calls again. What is he waiting for? The river is an 8. Now he has a full house. And Jin bets. See if he raises with the full house. Yeah, he's going to raise now. I don't think that Jin can call here with king high.
No. She'll put on a little act. All right. Muck it.
There you go. And Harold mucks. You know, it's funny. There's that video game called Turbo Texas Hold'em. I played it a long time ago, but they used to have these different characters on the game and taught you the game. It's a computer game. And, you know, some of these people fit right into the way that these characters play. You've got Passive Harold. Then you've got, you know, like Action Al. Crazy Chris, Loose Lucy, stuff like that. I mean, they fit right into it.
Now a eunuch.
You know, call him Ridiculous Ron, C2, or Raising Ron, so, you know, something like that. And they fit right into it. They fit right into it. 4-way action here. Been limped around. Ooh, 3 flush on board. Gets checked around. Turn is a 10. Seat 8's got the best hand with an ace, and now he's going to bet.
No, he doesn't. Seat 4. Is he still in?
Oh, yeah, seat 4.
Gino.
He's got, yeah, trip 10 now.
That's too big.
Oh, he's just going to check call. Check call. And June is in there with the queen. Wow. River is a 7. And George continues to bet here with ace-8. Gino calls. 3 10s is going to be good. How does June make the overcall here with just a queen?
He'll watch him. He grabs his chips and sticks them in.
3 10s is good.
That's how you do it.
I think somebody got to raise
Where's Big Mike?
Oh, jeez. Big Mike will be here. He's getting a manicure.
We're getting where he's getting a manicure. Okay.
And I thank you for not betting the flop.
So let's see. What do you think, Bart? He'll buy in for what? $2,000?
If he wants to buy in big for the game, I don't know. It's nothing like buying in for, you know, a couple $1,000 in an 8-16 game, because the amount that you buy in really makes a difference.
So he's not only overcompensating by calling himself Big Mike, he's overcompensating
for his buy-in as well. Yeah.
That's where I draw the line, sir. You sing again.
He's probably one of my friends I'm sitting here ragging on.
Harold is limped in with pocket aces. Why on earth? Oh, did he raise there? No, he's limped in from the cutoff on this table with pocket aces. Incredible. 7-8-4 here. A couple of diamonds. I mean, if you ever want to raise the
He
value,
could actually get cracked here because
Bill's going to bet with king
all you
8.
know these players are going to call.
Well, at least he
So
raises
the 8's
with the
going to
overpair.
call.
Ron calls with queen 4, 2 bets cold. We've got 3-way action. And the turn
There
is
you
a
go.
queen, and now Ron's made queens up. And he's going to get raised. Harold continues to bet with aces. And Ron raises him, it looks like. Phil's smart enough to get out of there. Harold needs the board to pair an ace come. Well, the river's a jack. And it gets checked down. I don't understand it, Shirley. How do you check queen 4 on the river there?
Oh, queen 4 tricks.
Man.
You live and die by your slow playing. Thank you. I never in a million years portrayed that again. Never.
I know you did. Neither did anybody
That's why I
else.
was shocked. See, I threw away A7.
You know, I had a pair on the flop. He bets over here, and you raised that. I threw the
I put
sucker
you
away.
after that on a flop on a pair.
Wow. Incredible stuff tonight here on Live at the Bike. Harold is in there in this time with ace jack off suit he's limped in with.
4 players.
And we're going to see it limped around 4 ways. 9-4 deuce. Bill is bet with 6-9 top pair. Harold's going to call with overcards. And Gino raises with top pair. Bill calls. Harold calls.
Tina Davis being one of the announcers and she's got a tie on her.
Turns the jack. There's Harold's card.
Tina Davis, the actress. 20 to nothing.
And he checks it. It gets checked around. And the river is a 5.
Hello.
Harold did not bet the turn. 8-9 took a card. And now he's going to bet. There he goes. There's Manicure Mike. And look at that, Shirley. Looks like he's going to buy in big. There's 1,000. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's 2. He's buying in for 2,000. He's going to buy in for 10 racks in an 8-16 game. This is going to be good stuff, folks. And Ace Jack is going to take it down here. So Big Mike coming in, buying in for big time for 10 racks.
He wants to make sure he has more money than seat 2.
Some of it back. Not all of it, but some of it.
He does look like a nice kid. Too bad he's small. I'm just kidding.
You know that, sure?
I'm just kidding.
And I didn't have that little pocket piece, you see? How y'all doing?
I'm not familiar with him. Are you familiar with him?
I'm not familiar with him. Is he a big action player?
I don't.
2,000 behind, right?
I don't know. I don't think I've seen him play here before.
Well, word is he was playing a 30-60 game earlier. So.
You have to post 4 chips.
I re-raised without looking.
Okay, raise without looking.
And he's going to raise without looking, Dave. Excuse me, Shirley. He's going to raise.
You really miss David, huh?
He's going to raise blind.
Right. You know, this is a hand I would play 100 times.
A raise, a re-raise. I believe seat 5, 3-bet without looking. And Bill has 4-betted with King Queen.
Yes, capped, right?
And it's capped. And we got 6 people in the pot, so if you get a capped pot 6 ways,
you would think one of them would
that's
have
about
a premium starting hand.
$180. Yeah, $180 in here already. Mike has
Yes, as a matter of fact, if you want to be...
Mike has not looked at his hand yet.
Say it, etiquette, not to look at the hand.
The first hand.
After the last call.
Done.
So what did he tell him?
The etiquette is not to look at the hand until the river. That's what seat 1 was telling him.
Okay.
10-4-4 here on the flop.
I bet.
Bet.
I think I have some.
And Mike is bet blind. And no one has a pair here.
Well, this is entertaining.
Harold calls with 6-5. Ron's in there. Ace-deuce. Ace-deuce is the best hand right now. Mike's he's in pretty bad shape. He needs to catch a 9 or a 5 here.
That's not enough.
Well, no one really has anything, do they?
No one does. No,
No.
Ace-high is good here.
So, I mean, he just needs to make a pair.
Turn is a 6. That gives Harold the best hand now.
Check to you, sir.
Mike bets.
Bet. In the dark.
I think I have
What is
some of
Bill
this.
calling over there?
Statistically, I might.
Harold calls. Ron calls with ace-deuce. And everybody calls. This is crazy stuff, folks. And the river is a 5. But Harold's 6s and 5s are good here.
Bet.
Mike bets again.
Where is it?
And Harold's going to check raise here on the river.
I think you should just keep raising them all.
The funny thing here is that Harold can't beat a pair of 10s. He
Right.
has 5s and 6s, but
Right.
anyone with the 10 has a
or
better
4,
hand.
or 7s. Or
Yeah.
Shell. Pair of 5s. 9 through 5.
Oh, good.
5 in those. 6, 5.
I like him. He's all right.
Man.
That was fun.
We have another shot at it.
All night.
It's your turn.
New player coming in.
So he
at
obviously is
6.
just here to have a good time.
Eric.
Looks like me and Kenna that one day. I'll bet blind. You know, Kenna and his ridiculous saying, well, I have 4 cards to come and you only have 3. Because he's only looked at one of his cards, so
Right.
he still had the other one to look at.
No. Look around and figure
He's
it
a
out.
crack up.
Come on, Ross. I know we're both having a couple of drinks.
Raise it.
Hold on.
Mike is going to raise. I don't know if we've gotten word that he's looked at his cards. This time he has ace rag. Ace 6 offsuit.
Play a game now. I can't play.
So what do y'all do?
I'm a male dancer.
Male dancer?
Male exotic dancer.
What do we do?
This is real cash, folks. This is not a joke. Not a tournament either.
No.
It's a cash game. Here comes the flop. 8, 9, 3.
No, I had 2 pair.
June is in the lead. Mike bets again here.
I just wanted to knock out somebody.
June is going to call with bottom pair.
Silly.
And Ron is going to check raise. He's got top pair with Jack 9. Mike calls the 5 on the turn. June's picked up a flush draw now as well.
Mike's picked up a straight draw here, so
Yeah.
he needs a 7. An ace or a 7 gives him the hand.
The river's the 10.
Could make a play.
Looks like Jack 9 is good.
You saw my aces.
Mike,
Yes, it is.
Big Mike folds.
What they mean by shit at?
June, all he has is bottom pair now,
Flies down there.
and he folds. And Ron, the male dancer, takes it down.
Someone said he was a male dancer?
Yeah. Well, I think he said
I thought he said he was a mailman.
he said he's a male,
Male dancer.
Can I live raise?
Wonder how much he charges.
That would be when you're one more.
Makes sense.
Set up, please.
You know,
You guys ever play any
I wasn't really like thrilled that this game was going on, but I missed this game. Watching this game. This game's good. I mean, it's entertaining.
I guess
As
I'll
you're
just
like,
throw it and see if I can
uh-huh.
use for it. Getting a new setup here.
You're not entertained by this part?
I am
Are they
entertained.
making a mockery of your...
I'm always entertained by any game on Live at the Bike because it's a cash game. The first time ever that anyone has seen
You
a cash
just want
game
your
full
interview,
cards.
huh?
What?
You just want your interview
Interview with who?
with whoever that they can get you with.
With card player?
Yeah, so you sit here and say, I like all of them live with bike, and then that way everyone says, card player, you need to interview Bart.
Buy your milkshakes. They have very good vanilla milkshakes here. I just had one.
Yes, they do have very good ice cream milkshakes here as well. Hearing Harold. I think it's either Haagen-Dazs or Dove.
Did he just buy 2 more racks?
Yeah, he did. So he's got, 12 racks now in front of him? And those brown chips are $500 chips. Those are the chips you usually don't see that much. $500
It's just
chips.
so over the top.
Mike has raised here. Looks like he's got some paint. King 10 offsuit. Or King 9.
King
it
9,
looks
I
like.
think.
King
Mhm.
9.
No, first I knock your aces. Then
Again, you wonder if he's looked at the hand yet.
Then you have
Not a bad random hand.
Does that make us even now?
And here comes the flop 10, 4 deuce.
Even now?
You gotta open it up.
Gino's got top pair over there in seat 4.
They already saw.
Okay, good. Don't leave him on that.
you dealt to me.
And it gets checked around. The turn's a 5.
We know each other.
Okay. All right.
Now Gino bets. Mike's going to fold.
Your name Fernando? San Fernando. Fernandez.
And we're going to get a call there by Ron with ace 6. And the river's a 10, and now Gino trips up.
Make a full house or a flush?
Trippy, he's going to bet. And Ron makes the call all the way with
What?
ace
Ace
high.
high.
Have the winner then.
Ace 10 is good.
What's up with the brain?
I had one of yours. Just don't fondle it, sir. Because if you fondle it, we have to get married.
Uh-oh. What do they have gank on here for?
I think it's too fundle or fondle.
Oh, there's all kinds of stuff.
That's proper.
I think proper.
No, because I need all the brain I can get.
You know, wasn't Gank supposedly a model at one
I play
time?
badly, so that's why.
In his early 20s?
I heard that, yes.
Boy, I guess the telltale sign of what poker does
What
to you over
poker
the
does
couple
to
of
you,
years.
he's looking at a picture here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
C.W. Siggy.
Well, I mean, since then, he's changed his look a little bit. I mean,
But he did
You know,
gain
he
a lot
did-
of weight.
He
right?
has gained weight, yeah. He cut his hair. His hair's not looking like that. He actually, for the main event, he cut it for the main event and came in dressing really nice.
Got a raise here and a 3-bet, it looked like. Mike raised
Definitely understood it.
with 4-9 offsuit, and I believe June 3-bet it, and somebody capped it.
It's been
so.
capped.
5-way action capped. I believe Mike capped it. 9-4.
9-4. Go, Mike.
Got live cards. Jack.
He
10,
still hasn't made a
5.
pair, I don't think.
Okay.
Oh, he did make a pair of 5s on that first hand.
Yeah, at the end. Gets checked around. The turn's a 7 of diamonds. Now Rostam's going to bet there with Queen 10, a pair, and a flush draw. And Mike's going to raise, it looks like, with 4-9. Oh, he just calls. Calls with the 9-4.
Needs an offsuit 8.
Diamond.
That's right. He's got a gut shot. He needs.
8 or a diamond. 8 or a diamond.
He's calling for it.
Yeah, his diamond's
no
not good.
though. King of diamonds on the river. Rostam checks. Mike bets. And of course, C3 is probably going to call here with the second nut.
I have good hand.
I don't know what Jin is thinking about with 6-7.
She's just Hollywooding. She's done this a couple times.
For diamond and you get it, what's the meaning of that?
Get over it already. Okay.
Looks like
Fold.
she's eating some sticks and leaves back there on her above her left shoulder.
Her left shoulder? Her right
Her
shoulder.
right shoulder.
Raise it.
She's gonna mock.
Whoops.
Ooh, a check raise. Check raise.
Huh.
Wow.
4.
I think Mike is just gonna have a little bit of fun here.
Uh-huh.
I said 8 or diamond. Didn't I say 8 or diamond?
Yeah, he was right there. He just almost hit it.
Small blind.
Did win, did it flush? He had the highest.
Yeah, he had a higher flush, but he had both
But he-
ways.
they both have.
Oh, you know what? Actually, he put down 2,000, getting word from the floor, and they wouldn't give him 2,000 in green. He only has like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 racks of green there, and then they gave him the rest in big chips.
Okay.
I feel like you're somebody.
But why not? If the guy wants 10 racks, come on.
Where's my last You're showing everybody how to have fun. I need one more.
What I think.
But you're strong enough to play with just one.
Playing low
Obviously.
limit.
I think some of the people are irritated by him, but why would you be irritated if a guy's coming away to
I
try to
don't
give
know.
money away? Doesn't make any sense.
I'm gonna hit something. I don't know what
You know, I always play poker. I hate when people give their money away when I'm playing
Yeah,
the game.
yeah,
You know how-
exactly.
how-
Big Mike's got Jack 10,
Don't raise blind.
and he raised out of the big blind, I believe. There we go with the flop.
Sooner than later.
Right.
Queen, deuce.
Nice
Harold's
flop.
got trip queens. Mike bets.
It's a queen, queen, and a deuce. Queen, queen, deuce.
Look at Jin. She's going to call with ace jack of spades.
Well, you know-
Harold just smooth calls.
I think people are going to be calling Mike a lot.
Ron is called with backdoor spade and backdoor straight possibilities. And he's picked up both of the draws here. Backdoor spades and a backdoor straight. And Jin has picked up the nut flush draw. And it gets checked around. And the river is a spade. How does Harold not put any money in there? He didn't raise the flop.
He'll put
He
money
didn't
in
bet
now.
the
and-
turn. And now Jin's backed into a flush. I mean, that is just... Excuse my language. Piss poor, Shirley.
That's-
I mean, come on. What are you waiting for there, buddy? My goodness. How do you not bet the turn?
I have no idea. How do you not bet the
turn?
How do you not raise
mean,
the
okay,
flop? They're
well-
calling. All these players are calling
I
bets
know,
and
but I mean,
raises.
that's something
Just
that you
stick your chips in
Yeah,
there.
but that's something that you see a lot, not someone not raising the flop. I mean, there aren't a lot of draws. Obviously, you and I would have raised the
Yeah,
flop.
but the players are
How do you-
calling.
But how do you not bet the turn, though? How do you not bet the turn? Now, obviously, I guess he would have lost less money because the spades got there, but still. Goodness.
Nobody's doing
Man. Gets my goat, as my grandfather would say.
it. Not yet.
Pocket aces here for the button.
Almost there.
Gino, believe me. If we say
Raise it.
That's Gino. Mike's raising. Queen 5. There we go. We see a big blind muck their hand. I wish I would have seen what he had. See, it's okay to muck your big blind.
Cap it.
And aces re-raises and Mike caps. And Gino's in great shape here. Jin's in there with 7-9 clubs. Mike really hasn't. He's going to Mike's
He's
gonna
bet
bet
blind.
Here we go with the flop.
Yeah, open-end
He's got an
straight
open-ended
draw.
straight draw. And Jin is going to raise here with top pair. Let's see if Gino 3-bets here. No, he's just gonna call.
3 players. How come I didn't play my 8?
Turns a king. Mike checks. Jin checks. Aces
I didn't
bets.
have it.
I know.
Mike calls.
That's the next question. The pot has been raised.
Oh, Mike raises. He check raises with the draw.
Finally hit a hand. Mikey finally hit a hand.
I just don't. How do you call there, Jin? 7-9 clubs.
He doesn't think so either.
And Gino calls. And the river's an 8.
Oh, he
Mike's
got
gonna
there.
win one. He's gonna win one. He bets it out. He bets out with the straight.
Whoops.
And again, Jin's hand is just so weak right now when the river card comes.
2 people in there. There's 2
No, you can't. You can't. You really can't.
She can shuffle her chips though. She
Now
mucks.
you can. Now you can
He
shuffle.
says he has pocket 5.
And Gino calls, and Mike's gonna take it down there with Queen 5.
Great.
So welcome to the club. Mike just
Earlier, Gino had that hand. He kissed the aces. Now he's
welcome to the club.
he's disgusted.
Small blind, big blind, please.
Oh, there you go. Mike wins it.
God damn it, you no smile.
And she's laughing in your face.
He's smiling.
Big blind, sir.
As long as everybody's having fun, that's all that matters.
Oh, look at that. Mike says, as long as everyone's having fun, that's all that matters. Oh,
I
that's
try
true.
to add excitement to a little small games. There you go, not the big blind. I cap if it gets raised.
Mike, this time
He's
we can
warning
go,
him.
go to Mike Cam. He's got Queen 7 offsuit. And this is good. This does add some entertainment value to a
What
game.
games do you play?
Queen 7.
20, 30?
Out of 30, out of 40.
Don't even think
Not
of
a
it.
heads up.
Don't even think of it.
3 bets. You know, fun stuff.
Supposedly he was playing 30-60 they say, and he pissed off the whole table.
Pissed
I guess
off
the
what?
people,
By playing like this?
I guess, but I mean, yeah, how can you be pissed at that if you're playing at 30-60? You know?
Okay, let's cap
How
it.
often are you going to get someone in your game trying to give money away?
Yeah.
You have to embrace it. Love it.
And again, we're going to see it capped. And this time Mike is in huge trouble because he's against pocket 7s and Queen 10.
Right.
Ace 3 ace. I think Mike is he's drawing dead pre-flop, isn't he? It's one of those rare
Well, I
cases. Except for the flush possibilities.
And you consider, people folding, but
Right. But he was in real bad shape.
well, he did muck, didn't he?
Yeah, he
I
did.
think he did.
He did. Pocket 7s against pocket 8s this time here. Rostiam against Eric.
Last time, I got pocket 10.
Rostiam bets.
I don't know. I'm not going to reveal my hand until
Hey,
the...
big fella. Just white. Maybe white.
And he's going to take it down. There you go.
Why would I reveal my hand? There is no call.
Thank you, sir.
I know it.
Rostiam looks like a nice Armenian gentleman. There's a lot of Armenians here in Southern California, I didn't realize that until I moved out here. Glendale, California is one of the biggest havens for Armenians in this country.
I didn't know that.
Found him? Chop it up.
Lots of Armenians.
Cap it up.
I think
Cap of what?
Oh, no, he found
I
two
think that
pockets.
I think it's something like more than Armenian. I think they had their own sad kind of version of like a displacement or a Holocaust back in the 70s or something like that when everyone moved over here.
Those
We'll raise it.
too narrow.
The what are?
Narrow.
Before World War II, Isaac? I thought you were saying. Yeah.
Man, Isaac knows a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Isaac has a lot of Armenian friends. Yeah.
So y'all live in Los
There we
Angeles?
go, Mike.
Where are you from?
This time Mike has Jack 4 off suit.
Yeah.
Ace, 8. Again, we are double jackpot until 8 o'clock.
Yeah. And this time someone does have an ace, but no kicker. So
Yeah, kicker's not going to.
so it wouldn't be a jackpot because Gino does have the 10s. If that
No.
ace was a bigger kicker.
And Ron
they had an
bets the ace. I love it. I mean, why would you ever not jam here? Turn is a 5 of hearts. Pocket 10s against ace deuce. Looks like Gino's going to pay him down the whole way.
I want to.
And from the hands, if you're Ron, from the hands you've shown now, why not bet it the whole way? And he bets again. And Gino calls. Ron's going to take it down there with ace deuce.
Junk in the trunk?
He had no kicker.
Either way, right.
Did somebody just say junk in the trunk?
I think so.
The other hand I had the other ace.
So what do you usually play? What do I play? I play a game.
Here, CCW Glock 27.
That was the one that was in here.
On 2+2, yeah. He said, someone might want to let him know that when you're playing limit poker, having a gigantic stack doesn't mean anything except that you're an ass. That or you're trying to compensate for shortcomings in other areas. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I didn't say it.
I did. I said it
Hey,
earlier, and then I felt bad about
I'm not
saying
gonna
it because
say
I'm thinking
anything
he's going to
bad
go
about
home and
Mike.
watch the show,
Yeah,
and
I'm not going to say anything bad about Mike. It looks like he's having a
He
good time.
it does. That's why I kind of
I think
laid
he knows
off
how
him
to
a little
play
bit.
too. I think he's just having a good time.
Right.
Here comes the flop.
Nothing
10,
wrong
9,
with that.
8.
Bet.
Mike bets here with bottom pair.
No.
And Seed 8's got the best hand with the ace 10 he's going to raise. And Mike 3 bets. And Seed 8 caps it.
He's telling him nice hand.
Turn is an ace. No spade redraw now here either for either player. Check, a bet, and a call. Mike needs to get an 8 here. And the river's a 9. And aces and 10s is good. Seed 8's going to take it down.
So what do you do?
Nothing. I'm a bum.
He said he was a bum. Someone asked him what he does. He says, I'm a bum.
So how long you down here for?
For today. I fly up and fly back.
Keep going. Want that?
Where are you from?
I was born and raised in Southern California.
Whereabouts?
You know where Glendale is? You know La Cañada?
Shirley, you were born and raised as a Southern California girl, weren't you?
Yes.
And look how you turned out. See, it's not all bad.
What do you mean, look how I turned out? Is that
I
a
said I was
compliment or is it?
complimenting
I
you.
don't know if it's a compliment or an
complimenting
insult.
you.
What do you mean?
Queen 9
Okay, thank you, I
deuces.
guess.
Big Mike bets here with King 9.
Raise it.
And Jin has top pair. She's going to raise.
And Harold should re-raise.
Yeah,
but
Harold's got a set of deuces and he
he
just
still
calls.
hasn't learned his lesson. He's just going to call.
Gino's got the best hand, actually. Well, excuse me, the best kicker. But Harold has the best hand.
Yes, there it is right here.
And
sir.
now Harold really should just jam this sucker. My
He didn't even need
goodness.
to 4-bet. Everyone's doing it for him, so
He's got a
can't
bottom
4-bet.
set.
4 players in the pot.
Turn is a 10.
That gives Gino
Okay.
some outs. Gives Big Mike some outs.
Did Harold?
He's a
Harold
jack.
didn't bet the turn. Harold didn't bet the turn. How do you not bet the turn? He's not bet the river yet either. Now he's going to bet the river. Oh.
Yeah, now when a
man.
flush draw and the straight draw
Ah.
is there.
My.
Let's bet now.
Look at this. Gino mucks.
That's why I was rooting for a straight draw.
And he might not even get paid off here, Shirley. Oh, he gets one extra bet there. He lost out probably on 4 to 5 bets by not betting the turn and in the river. That is unbelievable.
He doesn't mess around.
How do you not bet the turn? Maybe he was trying to check raise. I don't know, but why get tricky with it, right?
You don't need to get
Yeah.
tricky.
Blinds for the small blind.
That's just horrible. And then he bets when he can be beat. Well, I mean, he could be beat the whole way if someone has a bigger set, but when it's more likely that he's beat.
And open-ended straight.
It's no limit on this night.
Okay. All right.
Then be a 500, then be a 1,000.
Dukes come on the river.
You're excused.
Eight on the river.
You're excused.
Isn't that blue chip over here? See, this guy. 3 bets.
And Mike has 3 bet with deuce 7 suited, and seat 4's got pocket kings.
Time.
And actually, seat, you know, again, I know you got Mike to your left. Seat 3 raised here, Shirley, and seat 4 just smooth called with kings. Why not just jam it? I mean, at this point, there is no trickery in this. Just jam it. You just jam it, jam it, jam it. This might actually be a good lesson for some of the people that play at this limit that ever sit down into a wild table like this. I mean, you're going to have bad beats, but you got to get your money in there.
He did get the 4-bet in.
Yeah, well, yeah, he pulled the call to raise and then 4-bet it. And he's got pocket kings, Gino. Here we go to the flop.
Yes, sir.
So 4 bets times 4 people. Queen 10-5. C3's got a flush draw.
Go ahead.
Gino still has the best hand with the overpair. And C3 bets. Kings is going to raise.
No, he's
no,
not.
he just called.
He's just calling.
Just called. Wow.
He had 8 chips, and then he just called.
Well, sometimes at this point, you know, I think I remember reading somewhere. Well, here we go with a blind bet on the turn. And the turn is a jack of diamonds. And Big Mike has picked up a flush draw now. And he's going to raise it up. This would be crazy if he hits... Oh, he just called, excuse me. And the river is a queen. And Gino's hand is good. And Gino bets again. And now... Excuse me,
he's shaking his head. He doesn't think his
and
hand's
Gino's
good.
going to make a call. And Kings is going to take it down. Can we keep the board up there for a second? And
he didn't even make him show his hand.
No,
I hate when players do that.
Just mucked.
Just show it.
You know, there was I don't remember where I read here, but I don't know if it was in a Skolansky book or something else, but in this particular case, and maybe someone can help me out, somebody who was supposedly a limit hold'em expert said that with this type of flop action, with kings, and you've got a better to your immediate right in C3, you should just call on the flop so that you can pop at one time on the turn, because the guy's going to check into you on the turn. You keep the pot small on the flop. Now you make it a double-sized bet when he bets into you on the turn. Anyways, that's one way of thinking on it. We can clear the board now. And I don't exactly remember where that was, but it's a play that I don't normally do. I just like to jam it, but it's interesting to think about. We've got several bets in here again. Who was the original raiser here?
Mike.
Big Mike. Well, he's actually got, looks like his best hand of the night, King Jack. Here we go with the flop. Problem is someone else shares the same hand.
Oh,
uh-oh,
nice flop.
And 2 nut straights. Eric and Big Mike.
We went to see the roses.
Why not? Big Mike bet. And Eric raises. And we could see this go 10 or 12 bets here.
Yeah.
Heads up. This is going to be crazy. Mike just calls. Turns an 8.
Now, that was one time where I would have flat called.
Mike check raises. There is no cap heads up here. Mike's check raised the turn.
A lot of stuff out there.
Eric 3 bets. Mike 4 bets. Well, Eric's going to put himself all in, right? He's got the nut.
He will.
5 bets. 6 bets. 7 bets. 7 bets all in. Chop it up, folks.
It would have been great if one of them was free rolling on each other.
Yeah, there's no free
with
roll
the
here.
King Jack of Clubs. I mean, it was obvious out of 3. I thought after 3 bets that they had the same hand, don't you think?
I guess.
I would have slowed down because just because if someone was free rolling on me.
Looks like Mike bought in for some more whites there. Take a look. Whites are $100 chips. Maybe another grand in whites. Oh, I think he changed his brown chips in for white chips.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to read that one because he's right on here. I mean, basically,
CCW
yeah.
block 27.
Once again, I mean, he's
read the post.
Talking about. Hold on. He's talking, basically the same thing that we are. That he's saying every time seat number 1 loses pot when he holds a monster hand, he turns over his cards in disbelief, like he can't believe it. Yet he fails to put his money in the pot or raise to drive out. Drive
out the draws,
Uh-huh.
or at least let them pay for what they're going to chase.
Right.
Service.
Again, that's a post on by CCW Glock 27 on 2+2. You can follow a live thread that started every night by going to 2plus2.com, click on forums, click on World Poker Tour and other televised tournaments, the Live at the Bike official thread for September 26th. You can also email us at live@thebike.com. And I want to tell you, KevMath pointed out Friday, I looked at the Poker Channel's schedule, and the LA poker scene has been on the Poker Channel. Or it was scheduled for the last couple of days, so it's starting to go on there right now. Anyone in England, yeah. The first 3 or 4 episodes.
How can you look at that? Oh, I guess just
you
online.
can go to the Poker Channel's website.
Now it's been capped over here.
Cool.
And it's on the schedule, so anyone in England can check it out.
He raised, you called, he re-raised down there, so yeah, I know.
And once again, we're going to see a capped flop. I guess it really doesn't matter who's capped it.
That's the problem. You put the chips out. Yeah.
There we go.
Not under these circumstances.
This time, Big Mike has deuce 3 offsuit.
This is like a no-limit game.
Ace King 9. Ron's got the best hand over there with Ace 4.
I
you, Big Mike.
I have 2 of the. I'm playing Omaha high-low.
Mike's saying I'm playing Omaha high-low. You would have the running nut low draw.
Unbelievable. 2 players.
I played Omaha 5-card Omaha high-low.
Throw one away.
No.
Turn is a jack of clubs.
Had a little button.
The river is a club, and no one has a club, but jacks up makes it at the end. Rostam, don't muck the hand. No, he's going to turn it over. Jacks and 7s.
You didn't.
I didn't have a club.
You did? No, I didn't think you would.
Lines, please.
I'm on 2.
Runner. Make the hand.
I'm unfair because I'm getting bad bids, so I just take it.
So, I'm a TiVo freak. Like, I love my TiVo.
Yeah,
And I
me
had
too.
heard
Me too.
that they were going to do something to where you can send a program to another person. Did you
Oh, I
hear
hadn't
about
heard
this?
that. I didn't hear about that.
Well,
I mean, it would make sense that you could do it if you have internet
That'd be
connections.
cool if, somebody that TiVo'd it in, the Poker Channel there would be able to send it to me on my TiVo.
I don't know if that would work like across country, but yeah, that would be really cool. I mean, we got to get our hands on it somehow, obviously. I mean, I have to
It would
watch
be-
myself on TV.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Ace 9-8 here on the flop. Harold's got a top pair. And Big Mike has top pair. Big Mike bets. Harold has raised with the top pair. Hallelujah.
What do you know?
Hallelujah. Now, chances are this is probably going to get chopped up. Well, wait a minute. The turn's a 3.
Still probably.
A 4 or a 5 or a, 4 or a 5 or a deuce for Harold would win it. Or a 7, obviously. The river's a jack. Chop it up. Yeah. Chop it up.
Okay, chop it.
Nice hand.
Yeah, it's interesting if you go to the Poker Channel, too. Looks like they have some interesting shows. I don't know how many viewers we have from England. I know we've gotten a couple emails in the past, but we would love to hear from someone that's actually seen the show already.
I wonder if we're even on that much.
We are.
Once
I
the
mean,
show,
this is
you
one of
think?
these. Yeah, I looked at the schedule. Again, I don't know that
No,
much.
I'm not
about it.
talking about the show. I'm talking about me and you, like our face. I mean, they're going to hear our voice a lot.
It's just me.
Shut up. Okay, I'm
Just
going
me. I'm serious. It was the interviews were just me on the outside.
So they cut out all the stuff, like when Isaac films us in here. They cut all that out.
They try to. It's very limited. Sometimes when they have time constraints or they have to have somebody do. You were in there
But
with
they
Barry
get so many
Greenstein.
more
but
viewers if they saw my face.
You're going to raise?
Just kidding. Doesn't that sound like it would come from Bart's mouth?
Pocket aces here is raised.
I think he's
going
going to strangle me. He has his arm getting ready to strangle me right now.
Big Mike is called with pocket 6s. And like, once again, we see either 3 or 4 bets pre-flop. Rostam's got pocket aces. 4 bets, 4 ways. Here we go. Jack, Jack, 5. June's got trip jacks.
Oh, come on.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Oh,
He
we
must have
have
folded
had that.
pre-flop.
Yeah. Possibly.
How could someone fold Jack King pre-flop on this table?
Yeah. And we
There's
got it
two hands,
capped on
okay.
the flop. Big Mike thinks he has the best hand, but he doesn't. Oh, now he's going to check and call, and the river's a king. And Aces is going to bet here again, and Aces takes it down. I either folded pre-flop or we had the cards up wrong. But if he did fold pre-flop, he would have made a full house. But anyways, there's some other interesting shows on the Poker Channel too. Just check it out. Check their website out. I think it's
You wish we could get it
pokerchannel.uk.co
over
or
here, huh?
duke.co.uk and some other interesting shows.
By the way,
on
I
their
was just
schedule.
kidding about that last comment. Sound like a conceited witch in here. But I can't believe that you're only on it. So I get the interviews, you get the television show. You
Yeah.
get the you get your face in lights.
There we go. Iron Dragon 1. 2 plus 2. That reference to the kings with the overpair on that flop was from Ed Miller's Small Stakes Hold'em book, page 163.
Oh, I was like,
Can't believe that clicked off in my brain. Again, it was talking about
You
keeping.
guys study this? I mean, he knows the exact page off
I
the
don't know
top of
how
his
that
head.
guy got it, but it's just talking about keeping the pot small in that case so that you can make it big on the turn. Because chances are, if someone's going to call you 2 bets cold on the flop and check into you on the turn, that's the concept of it.
And this is supposed to be a book for small stakes hold'em?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, people call 2 bets with nothing in lower
No, but
limits.
that's the point, though. Big Mike has got trip 7s this time, and he's going to raise 7-7-6. And looks like C3 is in the hand with King 10. And he re-raises, but Big Mike's got trip 7s, and he's just going to smooth call. He's probably going to pop him here on the turn, I would imagine. Turns a jack, and King 10's going to bet here with the flush draw. Mike raises. He throws in a white chip. C3 calls. Big Mike needs to dodge a heart. Wouldn't it be something if it was the Queen of Hearts on the river? No, it's the 5 of clubs. Mike bets with the trip 7s. Rostiam doesn't have anything to call with.
Just fold it. Give me the hand.
Oh, he's going to call him.
He's going to call him. How nice is that?
Wow. And he slow rolled him, too. He showed the Queen first.
He did. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he
turned
did.
over both cards.
He turned the Queen over first.
You mean the Queen was on the top?
Yeah.
He turned over 2 cards at one
He
time.
went boom, boom.
One
Yeah.
and then one?
One and then one, yeah. But anyways, the point is, to try to add a little strategy to tonight's game, is that if you raise the flop there with the overpair, people are going to call 2 bets cold with absolutely anything, because we've seen that. However, if you just call, now the guy to your right is most likely going to bet into you again on the turn, and now you can make it 2 big bets for everyone to go, as opposed to raising.
But they still call.
Everyone calls, and then the guy checks to you, and now you only can make it 1 bet.
Yeah,
on the
I
turn.
got that.
That's the point.
I get that,
That's
but
the
they
point.
still call. They'll call
Okay.
1 bet, 2
I'm
bets,
not saying
3
it's
bets
right or
in this
wrong.
game.
It's just it's something that.
Well, at least in this game. I mean, they're calling anything. Pocket queen, seat 8.
Mike is going to raise here. Ace 10 offsuit, and yet pocket queen is going to
hand.
re-raise.
And I don't think I saw any aces that were out, so he actually could win this hand.
And there's going to be a cap.
It's going to be
in here.
capped.
I don't know. who
Harold
capped
loves
it.
those small pairs, and then he doesn't
Four-way
get
action
value
cap.
when he hits the
Every
set.
flop has been pretty much capped here. Here we go. Queen 9 jack, so Mike has an open-ended straight draw, a couple of hearts, but C8's flop top set. And jack 9, Ron's got
2
bottom
pair.
2 pair.
Re-raise.
Raise and a re-raise. Bet, raise, re-raise. Ron bet out with jack 9, Mike raised with the ace 10, a re-raise by seat 8.
Hey, let me re-raise it. Let me cap.
And Ron's going to cap, and he doesn't know
I
what
cap.
bad shape he's
I
in.
cap.
Ron's in horrible shape. The turn's
Oh,
a queen,
quad.
and George just made quads over there in seat 8, or Gevorg. Mike bets again, and seat 8 has check raised with 4 queens. Boy, if a jack or a 9 comes out here. Let's see the river. Everyone drawing dead. Oh, black deuce on the river. 4 queens bets out on the river. And now Ron's hand is counterfeit, obviously. He can't beat a queen. He can't beat a jack with a higher kicker either.
Well, it's not, yeah.
You know? And 4 queens is going to win that one. Mike says good hand, and that was a good hand.
I had you all the way.
Say one rule in poker.
So did I.
Excuse me. What's your name?
Okay, blank.
George. My name's Mike. Nice
Here you go.
to meet you.
Thepokerchannel.co.uk there. Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, let me write that down. Yeah, we don't need these. I guess all I'd have to do is Google Poker Channel and probably could find it, huh?
Again, we'd love to hear from anyone in the UK that might have seen the show already.
What was that? Pokerchannel.co.uk? He took it off. He won't let me read.
If you pop me, I'm popping you.
Yeah, and I just heard that they were giving crap to Mike about the way he's betting, and he says, first rule of poker, don't piss off the fish. And
He's the one
true.
that told him that?
Yeah, I can't believe that they would be giving him a hard time about the way that he's playing. I mean, these people, what's wrong with the way he's playing?
And I think it's hilarious that Mike puts him in their spot. I mean, he's acknowledging the fact that he's there to give him action, and he doesn't need to get licked for it.
Mike is going to bet here with ace-5. Seat 8's got a flush draw. No one has an 8.
Someone has an 8. I don't have it.
Waiting for that time to...
Turn is a deuce. We still have 5 people in the hand. And Ron, he was in there with King Deuce of Diamonds. He's got the best hand. But the river is now a 7, and I believe that Jin has backed into the best hand, and she's going to bet.
I have lots of balls.
She bets with 6-7. And King Deuce calls. And Mike folds.
Okay, 1 call.
And 6-7's going to be good here.
7.
Nice hand.
They got it at the end.
Huh? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sometimes those guys don't have any friends.
Washington State.
Seat 8 takes it
I
down.
don't go to college.
Or seat 9, excuse me.
Check blank.
Well, I thought you may graduate.
I'm a bum. I'm a lucky bum.
Nothing wrong with it.
I'm unemployed.
You're an heir to an incredible fortune, right?
Maybe.
Raise.
And we're going to get raised again here.
Don't re-raise me. I will re-raise you. I will.
4 player.
He's
And
warning him. I'll re-raise you.
Mike's got Jack-5 of clubs this time. He's hit a pair, and he has the best hand.
He has the best hand.
Yep. This is one of these times, though, if Harold sticks around, he's probably going to get chopped. Almost certainly is going to get chopped.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like Harold made the call. Turn is an 8. Well, now Mike has a flush draw. Mike bets. Oh, Harold's going to get away. And Ron makes the call. They're going to pay this guy all the way. And Rostam makes the call with a pair of 8s. And the river is an ace, but the jack is good. And Rostam bets.
He'll still get called.
Mike's going to get called. Yeah.
Well, actually, he didn't get called. Someone bet into him.
Yeah, someone really bet into him. Actually, it was Ron that bet in. Mike takes it down.
You guys are crazy.
Big Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
They're all so frustrated.
Yeah, I think they're getting a little bit,
Blanza.
getting, antsy, irritable, whatever you want to say.
Apparently,
Doesn't look like Gino's having a good time since his aces were cracked.
It's just,
by
yeah.
Queen 5.
But I mean, honestly, Bart, how often do you get somebody like this in a game? Once every
And
2
if he was
years,
play-
maybe?
If he was playing like
And
this
then
at
you
the
get-
30 game, it would have been.
And then you were mad that you're sad to be in here, huh?
Yeah. Mike's got 4-5 offsuit this time.
Did he just call?
No, he raised.
Oh, no, I raise.
Seat 4 raised.
Yep, he's got ace
I'll
king.
raise every
Okay.
turn.
I think
And
Mike
he's
just
saying-
called this time.
He said, I'll raise on the turn.
Do something.
You're right.
Sometimes I feel like this is like the
Six
geriatric
players.
society of bicycle clubs.
6-way action. This time I think it's only a double-sized
It's-
bet.
yeah, it's just-
Pocket Jack's over there in seat 9. Jin. Queen 6-10 on the flop. Ron has the best hand with Queen 7. And it gets checked around. Turns a deuce.
So Mike picks up a draw here.
That made me.
He needs a 3.
Yeah, he's going to call for the gut shot.
Fine.
And Jin is trying to figure out. She checked the flop. She did not bet the flop. And someone does have a queen, and she's going to make the call here.
I do. That's why I'm just calling you.
5
And
players.
Harold
Another deuce would really help.
has 8-9. And
Oh,
the
he needs a
river
7.
is an 8. And Queen 7 is good.
Okay.
Check around.
And Ron's going to take it
No,
down
not
there.
only 8, 9, 10, jack. Oh, Harold's double gutted. 7 or a jack.
I think he actually bet out on the turn, too.
Harold did? I thought
Yeah.
Harold was the last to call.
No, he bet out early on the turn. But regardless, Queen
Okay.
7 is good.
What I have, did I have?
So you're right. He was double betted on the turn. He actually bet it.
I didn't think he bet. I thought he called. I think it was
Yeah.
seat 2 that bet.
You needed an 8 instead of the 9.
All right. Well, anyways.
Well, regardless. Yeah, that,
One bet
that's
wasn't there.
Yeah,
That's right.
probably makes a lot more sense if Ron bet the turn, but it was a little difficult
Well, we've
to
seen,
see.
yeah, we've seen that seat 1. I mean, he's been incredibly
Yeah.
passive. I don't see him betting a double gutter.
Or knowing
won't
about,
stick
knowing
his-
about a double gutter.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he knows, you know.
Did I give you something?
Thank you, you did.
Okay.
Raise it.
Mine in the middle.
I'm going to see a raise here, this time by Mike.
3 bet me, please. Please, I beg of you.
Ace Jack suited there, seat 4.
Scared of you.
4, 5 players.
And we're going to see 5-way action.
I tell you.
You're fearful.
Here we go.
Believe me, I am.
Queen Jack 5. Now, Mike has top pair, but so does seat 3 with Queen 9.
I bet.
Gino's got the Ace Jack. Mike bets.
I call.
And again, chances are this is probably going to get chopped. Seat 3 check raises with the Queen 9. Mike re-raises with Queen 8.
Cap it.
And Rostam's going to cap it. And Ace Jack still dangles around here. Gino, we're down to 3-way action. Ace Jack, Queen 9, and Queen 8. Turns a 5, and there we go. It's going to get chopped up here. Most likely, unless Gino catches an ace, another jack, or one of those other guys with the queen who catches their kicker. Here we go to the river. River's a deuce. Chop it up between Mike and Rostam. And Ace Jack went in there all the way, Shirley. Called it all the way and got squeezed in between.
Thank you.
9 doesn't play. Jack plays.
Right. Chop it up there.
Jack plays, then I win. God damn it, I win. Okay, Jack plays.
Gino.
Then you see the other card.
So, Eurotrash on 2+2 said that it bothers him that I don't get why they call 2 bets on the turn, which was what we were talking about earlier with those books. I do understand that. What I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. It sounded to me as if you were saying if you keep the bet small and you make it 2 bets on the turn, people will lay down their draws because they're not getting the right price, right?
Well, it
Isn't that
just-
what you're saying?
It's just it's a combination of trying to keep the bet small, keep the pot small when it's a single bet because they're going
Right.
to call almost anything with 2 bets, and so that you also don't get checked to on the turn. Because if you raise the flop, now you're going to get checked to on the turn. So now they only have to call 1 big bet on the turn as opposed
Right.
to 2.
But
That's
but
the
you're
point.
you're referencing the draws. So I'm just saying.
referencing anything actually.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm saying they will still call 2 bets. I mean, if you want them to call 2 bets, it's great. But what I'm saying is, it's not necessarily going to get out the draws because they'll still call 2 bets.
well, I don't, you know, I
And
think-
I totally understand. I mean, he doesn't think I understand it, but I do understand it. He's
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
well, I mean, because maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. Because to me, it sounds like you're saying that when
I
you
don't know
make it
if
2
even
bets
so-
on the turn.
I don't even know if some of these people. Oh, look at this! Mike's getting out some more money here. He had 1,600 when we went to that last chip count. I don't know if even some of these players might call 2 big bets call with bottom pair.
On this table,
I don't know
think,
even if
yeah.
this table, but they might do it one big bet. That's the point.
Yeah. Well, I understand that.
Yeah. Queen deuce 7 here. Set of 7s there for Harold. Let's see if he bets it. He's in the cutoff. This is like the 3rd or 4th set for Harold, and I'm just going to pull my hair out. He calls again. He's made the smooth call with the set of 7s. And there really isn't much to scare you. Turn is a deuce. And he's going to finally bet here. He bets with the set. But again, he probably lost a bet because I'm going to say that. And Rostium calls him with ace 10 here, Shirley, with ace high. The river is a 6.
I know, now that I have a full house.
And Harold's announcing that he has a full house, and he bets.
Well,
and Rostium
how nice
folds,
is that? Yeah.
And Harold makes one bet on the set. One big bet. He makes one big bet. Wow.
So I understand about sticking 2 bets in there on the turn and getting them to pay more and making it to where they're not getting the prize. And when they are, and when they are sticking the chips in there, that you're getting great value for it. I understand all that. What I was just saying was that, a lot of times in games like this, it's not going to make your opponent fold to suck out on you, which I guess is what poker's all about. What it's all about. You get them to get their money in with the worst of it. If they get lucky, so be it. I was just making an observation.
Don't go all Yana on us, Shirley.
Shut the hell shut the hell up. Well, sometimes when
Don't go run away and post something on the thread.
Sometimes when I'm in here, I say, my mouth goes faster than my brain, like about that gapper thing. This one, it wasn't. I actually understand what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm not communicating it. The gapper thing, I was wrong. Whatever,
June's got top pair here in seat 7. Mike bet with 5-7. He's got a gut shot. Ooh, the turn's a 3. Double gutter now. 4 or a 6 for Mike.
I need a 6.
Mike says he needs a 6.
He needs something too.
Oh, river's a jack.
Go ahead.
And he missed. Ace 9 is good.
9.
I need a 6 for a straight.
They don't figure you're here for nothing.
I'm there for a thought.
Bart started a trend last week. The last time we worked together, you called me Shirls, didn't you?
Yep.
Now, deep down truth on 2 + 2 is call me Shirls, and basically is explaining, kind of what the thing. That is not necessarily to make them fold; is to get them to pay for, to make them
give them improper price.
Yeah, right.
For their draws.
Got it. I already understood it.
Bad idea.
I just didn't communicate it right.
And people seem to be thinking, is Mike just crazy, or is he setting up some sort of bigger play later on, start playing better? I don't know. I don't know if he plays like this all the time. He's got 3-4 suited this time. Ron's got ace jack. We actually heads up, and Mike flops a flush. Oh, man. And Ron's not going anywhere with the pair.
No, Ron will pay him.
And I believe that Mike check raised him, and then... Oh, and that's just an action killer for him. 10 on the turn.
He might not get called off. Called here.
Is
Oh, he
ace.
is going to call.
Ooh,
okay, and he'll call here too.
Yep.
Gotta like that.
Wow.
Tell him, look
Mike.
at him in the face.
Mike betting for another 1,000.
Say to him, even the pigeons abide it.
I don't know if the turn got checked there or what, but the action went very, very quick. There's Mike with another 1,000.
So Bill was asking, if he's just setting it up. I don't really think he's setting it up. Do you? Do you?
What's up? I don't know.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Ace Queen over there for Jin in seat 9.
My turn to raise?
Yes. Raise it.
Mike raises. King 5 offsuit.
Joey.
A lot of callers here. 4-way action.
4 players.
Jack 6-4.
How are you?
Eric's going to bet here with top pair.
Do you still have your drink?
I put some ice in.
And Mike made the call with king 5. He's picked up a gut shot now, turns an 8. And Eric's picked up 2 pair. Jack's up, and he bets.
Maybe you drank it. You didn't realize.
No, I didn't.
Is Jin going to continue to peel here with overcards? Yep. Looks like
Yes, she is.
And she is drawing dead.
See, Ross, you and I.
Mike could catch a 7.
Well, let me put it
See
this
the
way,
river.
you feel better.
River's a jack. Eric fills up now,
Still no pain. Right.
and he's going to bet.
See that? Awesome draw.
She's thinking about it, Shirley.
What did I see you missed?
Nope, she's going to muck. And Mike mucks.
Just like that. You
Seven
missed
gives you
a
the
deuce or a 7 or a 6 or a 5. God, there was a paper.
Looks like Mike is grabbing some coffee, orange juice.
I don't know.
What is he doing?
Orange juice,
okay.
bottled water, and apple juice.
He gives. Okay. I thought he was throwing a $500 chip over there.
No, he gave the dealer the waiter $6 though.
That's nice.
3 green chips. Waitress, excuse me.
Can I raise one hand? You guys just drop your hands.
Raise it.
Win one hand.
Raise here by seat number 3, ace 5 of hearts.
Re-raise.
Mike's going to re-raise with 9-3 of hearts. And the button's going to cap with king queen of clubs.
I'm still bothered you called me Yana.
I'm just kidding. I said don't. I didn't call you Yana.
Yeah,
I said
you didn't
don't
really
go
call me.
all Yana on
Okay.
us. I would never do anything like that. Call you Yana. I said don't go all Yana on us. Ace, king, jack, queen 10, and seat 8's flopped a straight. Seat 3, boy, he's a steamer. He bets with ace 5. Seat 8's going to raise.
Re-raise.
And seat 3 re-raises with ace 5. And queen 10 caps it. And in the middle, the button squeezed with king, queen.
You would think that he would realize his hand's not good.
How about king, queen?
That's what I'm
king, queen's
talking
got a
about.
gut shot, too.
I know,
You would
but
think that
his-
ace 5 would realize his hand isn't good right now.
But the king queen has to know his hand's not good.
Turns a 4.
And with all that action, you would think that if a 10 comes, he's probably only going to get half the pot.
Well, look at this. Seat 3 mucks, and he shows the hand when there's someone else in the pot with king, queen. He mucks the ace face up. King, queen calls.
Two players.
It's kind of bad etiquette.
Yes.
And the river is a 9. That's no help for king, queen.
Oh, you called all the way. Might as well call here.
Well, when the guy behind him mucked an ace, though, Shirley.
I'm not.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
He showed it.
You say good. I say
I mean, if I was seat 8, I'd be kind of irritated. You know? Well, he's going to call him down here. Although, I guess it could have gone both ways. He could have either folded, thinking, well, this guy mucked an ace, so my hand must not be good. Or called, thinking, well, this guy had an ace, so the chances that that other guy has an ace is slimmer. But whatever. Regardless, he had a straight, so it didn't matter.
Blinds up this.
I'm a bum today, right? Yeah, I'm a bum. I put on the application thing. My occupation's a bum, so I gotta stick with it.
Well, you can't stick with it too much because bums cannot have over
Come on, don't show your card, please, sir.
in their kit. That's what a bum is.
Well,
Somebody
Didn't I say that thing?
King, jack, and pocket queens.
Sit three. Bro, are those kind of here?
You're throwing away ace 10.
tight. I'm capping with queen thrown out.
Re-raise.
And
Fine.
Jin in
I'm
the
capping
seat
it,
9
bro.
is going to re-raise here with
Go ahead,
queens. Mike this time has king 5
But I
offsuit.
understand you knew this already, that I was gonna cap it. I don't have to tell you.
The answer's in the question.
And the issue here, though, for Harold is, do you call with 5, 6 of clubs from up front when you know the pot is going to be capped? Yeah, he's in the blind. You know it's going to go to 4 bets.
I watch TV.
You're out of position. Usually those types of hands don't take heat with 4 bets pre-flop.
Son watches TV.
Right.
I want to get in for that hand cheaply, in limit, in position. Definitely not for 4 bets out of position. Same thing with Ron with pocket deuces.
What was that mine?
Get away.
And we've got 5-way action here
Flop
and a
it.
capped
Flop
pot.
it.
King 4-3. Mike's got King 5, but Eric has him outkicked.
We have a 5-6 here too, Harold. Yeah, open and straight draw.
Yeah.
When she bets, you all double check your hand.
Right. Well, you gotta know.
And I think that Jin
Raise.
bet,
Right.
and Mike is going to raise here with King 5. Let's see what Eric does.
What are you,
He
like,
calls.
Me?
Yeah.
Jin calls.
48.
And I don't, the way that we've seen Jin play, I don't think she's getting away from this the whole way. The turn is a 9.
Check.
And I know it's hard to lay down queens, but that many players, you think someone has a king.
Raise.
And now Eric's going to raise.
You have it set?
He raises here with King Jack. No, Jin is going to call it for 2 big bets cold on the turn, 4 small bets. And Harold continues to call with the open-ended straight draw.
I'm calling.
And Mike calls.
I need a 5, a king. I have king 5, so I need a king or a 5.
And he's announcing again what he has. And the river is a 4, and King Jack is going to play. King Jack's just going to turn it
King
over.
Jack
Kings
shows.
and a jack.
King 5.
He shows King 5. Yeah, bummer, Harold. You didn't get there.
Yeah, Harold was drawn real slim there on the river.
That was another nice big pot. Okay, I know that you're getting tired of this, Bart, but Jason sits here. You can sit here and wave your hand if you want. Because he's saying I don't understand, and I understand. I did not read the book. Look at you. Because he's saying I don't understand, and it bothers me when people don't think that, that I understand. I even said when I was explaining, I understand that they're paying more. I haven't read the book. I was just stating that because I thought Bart was saying that it would raise the player out. So that's why I kept asking you and asking you and asking you. I already understand they're getting the wrong pot odds, but I thought that's not what you were saying. I thought you were trying to say that it would be best to get the players out.
No. Raise.
You know? I think you might even heard me whisper that too. Did you hear that in your...
King 8-9 here, a couple of spades.
You guys don't piss me off. Poor Bart has to take the heat in here. He has to listen to me.
Raise.
Oh, what do I even have?
Re-raise.
Ooh. Seat 9 is raised with Ace 9, and Ron has check raised 3 bets with King 8. Top and bottom, and we are heads up. 6 on the turn. Nice shot there. Looks like it was a bet and a call, and the river's a 10. Ron bets. Yeah, I think, one of the problems with Jin's game is that if she has a pretty big piece of the flop, I'm not saying second pair is a big piece, but remember she called all the way with queens last time.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult for her to get away from it. Well, now she has
Get
third
away
pair.
from the hand? Yeah.
How many are in?
Ron bets. It's a one-liner to a straight now.
See, you're in with him alone. You're all alone with him.
It's heads up.
Let's go. I'm very impatient. I got
Every
ADD.
time I heads up with someone, he looks at the head like this.
Well, I can't see with the dealer in the way.
I mean,
I got ADD.
it's
We
not
gotta
that
go.
difficult
Why you leave the seat
Be nice
to make a
her.
decision in
She's
a
gonna
timely
call.
manner.
Yeah, and limit.
2 pairs.
out of your mouth?
2 pairs.
Ooh, she's telling Harold to shut his mouth.
Who is?
Seat 9, she said, shut your mouth. And this night just keeps getting funnier and funnier, I'm going to tell you. I've had one of the most fun nights here.
I don't
Live the
care.
bike.
Very polite to talk to
That's
me.
why I have
Don't talk about
shield.
it personal to me.
That's a shield. That's right.
It closes,
Little vodka on the rock.
closes the door. Closes
Why
it.
you
It's called
say I'm afraid look like
selective
afraid?
hearing.
I'm sorry.
Just shut your fucking mouth, okay?
Oh, jeez.
You do nothing. You talk about that to me.
I didn't
Or
mean
see
it.
what?
Shirley.
What's that?
Expletive.
Oh, are they cussing out? She's giving. Is Donna giving them a timeout? Who's cussing?
No, it's going on.
I'm missing it.
Timeout.
What did I miss
Timeout.
Who is cussing?
Seat 9 is cussing about Harold.
I'm re-raised. Yeah,
In the meantime, Mike is capping at pre-flop with deuce 6 offsuit.
I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to create controversy. Don't worry about it. I'm just kidding.
You're doing good, too. You're doing good. You're doing good at it.
Are we all in?
Did you ever do a job at the UN?
6 deuce. Yeah.
Ace 7 deuce.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think Gina's all in, and Mike's going to win with a pair of deuces, it looks like.
yes, two pair. Come on, Bart.
Yeah. Oh, good. Made it 6 on the turn as well.
You did good, Michael.
Yeah, Jim is all in there with Queen Jack.
That's the whole thing here is having fun. Money is secondary.
I start drinking liquor.
Right.
I start having more fun.
Well, let's
No,
do
no,
it.
no,
I'll
no.
have drinks with
Stay with drugs. Don't get involved with
Stay
liquor.
with that hard stuff.
Right. Don't get involved with liquor.
I raise it when it gets to me. I don't know if you already knew that, but I've raised every single hand.
Well,
Everyone. Yeah.
really?
Pointing out the obvious. I raise every hand.
I don't shop. Of course I don't shop.
Well, we know that. Look at that. 2 hands in a row.
Yeah.
That's a raising hand.
Here we go. Oh, did that bucket chopped around? Wow.
No, I think they folded it to Mike. He said, I don't chop.
Oh, I see.
And they said, yeah, well, we know that.
Oh. It's methamphetamine.
Oh, that's to bring it down.
Yeah, thebike.com.
Actually, I'm happy
Yeah,
on
that
life.
I'm not looking at.
It's life.
Hop on the
I'm
bike.
just happy to wake up in the morning.
I
Absolutely.
think Mike is talking about that he's high on life.
I'm thankful for what I have. I live a good life.
Absolutely. Sometimes in the morning I wake up twice.
High on life.
Sometimes in the morning I wake up twice.
Ah,
that?
That's what Harold said.
I know. I don't get it.
Older people have bladder.
That I don't get.
What happened?
Am I right? Older people have bladder problems?
I wouldn't know. I'm not older. But I take your word for it.
Yeah, we got 3 or 4 bets here on the flop. 4 bets. Big Mike's got king 4 offsuit. He's 5-10. Couple of
I
hearts.
don't have any of that.
Time.
She makes some pretty bets, so everybody get out.
And Harold, king 10. Looks like he has the best hand. Turn is a 9.
What's wrong with that?
And king 10's good.
What's wrong with that?
No, we're talking about
I'm having
There you
fun.
go.
10.
It's just freaking
With the
13
king.
chips. Who cares?
Really?
Now the thing is, I've never really seen a character like Mike at a 30 game. But if you had a 30 game and it affected everyone's play, although I've heard that the 40 game across the street here plays sometimes like this game does. We don't really have the 40 game, but I hear it's just crazy.
You said first.
3 or 4 people capping at pre-flop.
You're counting.
Well, I would imagine it would be frustrating, say, if you only have, say they're like normally 3-6 players and they decide they build up their bankroll to bump it up and they get stuck in a game like this, without the... That's why it's so important to have a proper bankroll.
Well, it's a game selection issue, too. I mean, I was talking with someone here that plays it for a living. She goes over and plays the 40. She's a prop here, and then she'll go play the 40
Right.
across the street. And I said, well, what kind of game do you like? And she's a very strong player. She's like, I'm looking for a table that's weak. I don't necessarily like a wild table like
Right.
this. You might not want to play at this table. You never know. I mean, if short-term swings are going to affect you emotionally, I wouldn't play at a table like this. I like tables like this because I eventually think that
Normally,
money's
I
always
don't
gonna
like it. Normally I like a table I can push around a little bit,
Yeah.
but I would embrace this one. Let me tell you, I would love to sit here.
It's not A. It's
5-way action. Gino's got ace-king. Big Mike's got deuce-3 suited. And if spades come, he's in trouble. Uh-oh, spade draw, ace-8 queen. June's got the higher spade draw. And Gino's got ace-king.
We have queen 8. We have 2 pair there for seat 8.
Yep.
Okay.
And
hold
the
on a second.
flush draw,
Check,
excuse me,
check,
the
check,
Re-raise.
Raise. Re-raise? What kind of
the flush draw, I believe, check raised. And it's just going to get capped. Queen 8's in there, ace king's in there, flush draws are in there.
No, I'm going to order.
Seat 7 check raised with the higher flush draw. Turn is a 7. Now June picks up an open and straight draw as well. Queen 8 is still good in seat 8.
Time.
You check, he bet, I raise, you 3-bet, and then we're all checking around on the turn?
Because I know I respect your
Well, he's observant at least.
I don't know, Poppy.
Action's over
He
now,
knows
Mike.
what's going on.
And
yeah.
he checks it. Let's see the river. The river is the spade, and June and Big Mike are going to go to war here. June bets.
I'm just blown away. See, 8 checked the turn, and now when the spade gets there,
Yeah.
he's betting.
Well, wait a minute. Who bet here? I thought it was
Seat
June.
8.
Seat 8 bet? So June's looking for the check raise. Oh, seat 8 bet with Queen 8. Big Mike is going to raise here with the flush, and looks like June has...
He's just calling.
Just calling. Wow. He's just going to call.
I'm telling him I got a flush.
He just calls. You're right. It was the Queen 8 that led out there. And the higher flush is going to take it down.
What hell did you have?
Wow. They're so serious. He's raking in a nice big putt.
But like you say, sometimes you don't play your own game.
They saw my finger.
Did they saw you flip me
Yes,
off?
they did.
Oh, my God.
Thanks, Isaac.
Hey, sure.
Come on.
But you were flipping me off in frustration, not at me. I haven't done anything wrong.
Well, no, it was kind of flipping you off, but
For what?
Bart, you know it's all in fun. You know it's all in
What did
fun.
I do?
You just frustrate me. I don't know why. I tell you that all the time.
10 high.
499. I was just upset that, and the reason why I said don't go all Yana on me is sometimes you get overly upset about what some people say about you.
I know I do.
And so that in turn gets me like, don't ignore it.
I know.
That's
and
what
I
I was trying to get at.
And I should. If they said something to the effect of, she dyes her hair blonde, which I don't, but if they were to say something, say, on my physical appearance, but saying that I don't get something or saying stupid, that just, like Fish Called Wanda, don't call me stupid. Did you ever see that movie? That was a great movie. Isaac knows the movie. He knows everything. But could you imagine our boss back there? He must be loving me right now. When he did the show, it was like live, raw. He wanted us to give people crap, and now I'm flipping off as my co-commentator in the booth.
For no reason. It's not my fault. I know, I'm not married. I guess I don't know these things. That it's always my fault in the end. Right? People that are married out there?
That what? That it's always your fault?
It's always the guy's fault.
Yeah.
Never been to Hollywood Park.
Like I said, I take it in stride, though, because before, in the beginning of the show, people would come up to me and get mad at me for stuff that was said on the show, but it was never me that said it. So I'm used to it. So.
Are you talking like Vicky would get mad at you?
Yeah,
Like
just
Vicky and
different
Grace?
people. Yeah, different people. Yeah.
Cavity search with him. Right.
We'll let him to, he'll tell you.
Are you being honest?
Yeah, that cavity search.
It's like it's going to get capped here again.
He did find he found his flashlight.
Are you guys screwing with me, or are you being honest?
Oh, 3 bets, excuse me, not capped. Big Mike is in there with Queen 7,
At Hustler?
King 9, 10, couple of clubs.
Check and raise.
Check it. I'm going to get check raised.
Mike is going to bet.
Raise.
See, look, not me.
And Eric raises with second pair. But look at Ron. He's flopped a straight in seat 2. And let's see if he 3-bets it.
He does.
Check raise, 3-bet. Mike called in between. Turn is a jack,
So
and now
now-
Mike has a straight.
Mike and Ron both have the same straight.
Yep.
Raise.
A bet here by...
Now Eric must know he's in trouble. Oh,
Oh, Eric has the bottom end of the straight now, but he's going to muck.
he has been honest about it, but you can't do that when someone else is involved in the hand, you know?
Nah. And this one's going to get chopped up here again.
You don't think he has ace queen clubs?
Ooh, ace of clubs on the river.
I have straight.
Straight and a straight.
No. Queen.
That's all fine and dandy if you want to tell someone what you have on your headset, but
You're talking
not-
about Eric in seat 6, right?
Well, I'm talking that Big Mike told Eric that he had a straight, but, you know, Ron's involved in the hand, too, and if Eric had called that bet, you know, they chop up the 6 chips, 3 chips each, and 8 chips, 4 chips each. You know, you can't tell a person that you have a straight when someone else is involved in the hand.
Oh, it was Mike that said that he had a straight. Okay.
Mike told the player in seat 6 he has a straight, seat 6 folded, which I don't think he would call anyways. He only had, you know, one pair, but
I know, but I had you in the beginning.
you can't do that when someone
I
else is
had
in
a
the
gut
pot.
shot. I'm going to stay for a gut
I
shot.
understand that.
Do you want me to leave?
No, I didn't say.
Big Mike, he's getting our chip leader. Probably one of the most amount of money you'll ever see at an 8-16 table. $2,600 on an 8-16 table. Now that is the equivalent.
What did he
folks,
start with?
Of
He
having
started in with 2, and then he bought in 1. I think
Yeah.
he only bought in 3,000.
maybe only down maybe $350. But again, that's the equivalent of having about 13 racks
And you
of green.
incorporate that into sentences. You create Ebonics.
And I think that Big Mike was talking, do you guys want me to leave the table? I think he's asking people like, no.
South Central?
Why would you give Big Mike a hard time? It just doesn't make any sense.
No.
Please re-raise me. Let's 4-bet this.
I mean, let the guy have his fun, right?
Right.
Jeez.
And if you don't like it, just get up and go pick another game.
Guys,
Yeah.
raise.
No, they have respect for you, believe me. Everybody else do. There's only 2 people that didn't play. One never.
Is that what she said?
Yeah, I think Jin is still sitting out over there.
But that is what she said?
Yeah, she said, shut your effing hole. This is before to Harold. And Eric's got a flush draw here.
Raise.
Do you have me beat?
So many characters at this table. It's amazing.
There you go. I'll leave it up to you. You can take care of it.
Mike has lined up his bets in front of him, and he's just
He's-
pushing them in with his index finger now. And Mike has got a pair of 2s now. Pair of deuces.
Well,
and he makes the call.
Gino has a straight.
Yes, he does. And the flush draw for Eric, and the river's a 4, and the straight here is good. Looks like. Yep. Gino bets again. Got the wheel. Mike's gonna muck, and Eric's gonna muck.
I had 10 deuce.
I don't know.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
The one thing I do have to say about him, I don't think he's lost any money on the river.
No, he hasn't really called.
He hasn't been calling.
Like a couple
with,
of times, but not
have
many
you
times.
seen him? I haven't
Yeah,
really seen him
he had
call.
with Queen 8 one time that he called down with bottom pair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me win one, Mikey.
You have straight or an ace?
Straight.
Ace was
Pocket 3s. Pocket 3s.
you set?
And then there was a post earlier
Just raise.
by somebody, and I didn't even get a chance to say it. That I think it was by Stern Rules.
Right, you guys know I'm
He said that he
You just passed it.
played with Jin before at a different casino at 918, and she's the type of player that will sit out because she thinks the dealer is out to get her.
Oh, okay. Well, you passed a couple stern rules.
Yeah,
It was down
yeah, but
below.
it was further up. I didn't get to it, but
We need some clubs.
yeah. Anyways,
Clubs. Lots of it, like 6, 7 of them.
and we're gonna see another multi-way pot here. 5-way action. This time Mike has 9-6 suited. Deuce 8-3, couple of clubs. Mike
Please don't
bets.
raise me. I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid.
C3 is gonna raise.
Always, the adults are always taking advantage of the kids.
They've all lost their minds. He's
Rostam.
raising with pair
Rostam
of
check
threes.
raised with ace 3. Yep.
Yeah.
But he actually has the best hand. Turn is a
It's
deuce.
even more sad.
Rostam bets. Mike is going to muck. June mucks. Oh, Gene's going to leave, it looks like.
I'm already down.
Trip's no good.
Uh-oh. Looks like she's,
There's no flush there yet.
Oh, man. Funny night live at the
It
bar.
is funny.
Now I want you guys to look at her. Doesn't she look pregnant?
What is that? What did Harold ask? Are you kidding me? Do you know what Harold
He
said?
said something about someone looking pregnant.
Harold, he said, doesn't she look pregnant?
About
Talking
who?
about seat 9. Oh, man. That's brutal.
That's something you don't say to
To a lady,
I mean, he
huh?
didn't say it to her, but still, that's not even cool
she's
to
walking
say it.
away from the table?
Yeah, that's not cool.
Wow. Doesn't she look pregnant? Jeez.
I'm prepared for 3. And I think I'm prepared for 4.
I think you're prepared for all
Raise.
Oh, I play No Limit.
Mike raised here with looks like 6-3 offsuit.
That's fun. I'll just rebuy. It's only like 3G. 2,500.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just mesmerized by all this.
And just a double bet
I'm tired. Yeah,
this time. Times 4.
I'm tired.
Wow, time flew tonight, too.
10-4-3. Mike's going to bet. He's got a pair of 3s. Looks to be the
Does
best
he have
hand
the
right
best
now.
hand? He does have the best hand.
But obviously people are just calling him with overcards the whole way. Harold calls it Jack 9. Ron calls it King 9.
Trickling chips.
Turn is a 10. Pair of 3s is still good.
Don't fold. I need to make money.
You haven't.
Ron calls again with King 9.
Good playing.
And the river's a 7, and a pair of 3s is good.
Go ahead.
2 pair.
I think it just got checked down there at the end.
Does that win?
Yeah.
We're easy here.
Yeah, high five. And daps.
We're easy
Daps.
here.
Daps.
Easy.
Oh, not this again. We don't want to call him gay undertone, Big Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Now we got to do the fist thing now.
Mike.
Say thank you, Mike.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Thank you.
See, bike, Mike.
Bike,
Put an
Mike.
M instead of a B. Right.
I think that Big Mike is down, what, $300 or $400? I don't think he's down all that much, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, maybe Donna will be able to confirm
Yeah.
how much he's bought in. I know he bought in 10.
Absolutely right.
Bought in for
Okay,
$3,000.
so he is only down $300, $350. We just won that pot, so
Well, $350, you know, that is a lot.
it is a
It's
lot in
racks.
this game, but
The way he's playing.
not the way that this particular game's been playing.
He raised
It's a
with
lot for 8-16.
Ace 8, and Eric has got pocket jacks, and we're heads up. Ooh, set of jacks. Mike is bet blind. Eric's going to pop him up. Mike calls.
Mike needs running spades.
Running spades.
That doesn't pair.
No, that's going to do it.
Nope. That gives him
Oh, he's got a straight
queen
draw
out
now. Yeah, can pick up a queen. Check call. And the reverse is 6. That's going to do it. And he's going to call him with
He
ace
is
high.
call, okay.
There you go.
Is call.
3 jacks is
Oh,
going
yeah.
to take it down.
I'm a genius.
Got about 10 minutes left in the show. If you want to watch shows like this, plus any other show that we've done in the past, you can sign up for the archives. Isaac has told me that we have a new archive demander. It actually says archives on the banner. It says on demand archives. Upper left-hand corner of your screen at liveatthebike.com. Gets you all the saved action. And we've done a few 8-16 games in the past. I want to say that they're probably captioned, but you might have to do some searching. I know that you were in a game with Kenna Jane once. Yeah, I think that I'm pretty sure that they were labeled, but they're maybe 3 or 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, it's been a while since we played.
Kenna James was playing with 1 card. So
well,
check
he
it
had
out.
2 cards, but he would only
He was
look
looking
at one.
card. Yeah.
Well, I was doing this. We were all doing that. Well,
Tell them Mike
me and
is
Kenna
not
were at
right.
least doing that.
Raise.
And Mike is going to raise it up.
Three bet.
Let's make it 4.
And he's actually going to 3-bet. He's got to show us his cards, though. It's 8-5.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's got 10-8 offsuit. Pocket 8s, Queen, Jack, and King Deuce in the hand. Looks like there's a new player coming into seat 9.
I wonder if he knows what he's in store for.
Four-way action. Look at this. Mike's flop bottom 2 pair, but a set of 8s for Eric. He's hit 2 sets back-to-back. And I think that Mike has capped it here on the flop.
Three bet.
Or is it going to be Eric?
I think she said it was 3 bets.
Yeah, Eric caps it now.
And it's been capped.
And Rostam is in between here with top pair. And Mike would need to catch a 10 here.
And it's hard to get away from a queen.
Oh, the turn is the queen, and now Rostam has trip queens. A bet here by the full house, a raise by Rostam, and Mike is smart enough to get away from it. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, is Eric going to 3-bet him? Oh, he just calls. Very conservative. Very, very conservative. And I think Rostam's going to bust a nut here. The river is a 4. And he's going to check raise him on the river.
There you go.
Set of 8s check raises the Queen Jack on the river.
I got a queen. Huh?
And the Queen is no good here. Wow.
Nice pot. So I was going to say, or what I was saying was, it was hard for Rostam to lay down top pair in this kind of game because we've seen players ICO capped on the flop and no one's really had anything, you know?
May I have a powder, please?
Sir, I gotta remember that new line you got. When you want to insult somebody who's fat, you say you're pregnant. I like that. That was very subtle.
I just said, why are you upsetting someone who's pregnant? No, I thought she was. I didn't mean as a joke. I looked down, I saw her stomach, and I said, she's pregnant. What are you doing?
Oh, come on,
That's why
Harold.
he-
The lady's like over 50 years old.
I know,
mean,
but
Jesus.
so he said it at the table. That's why he was saying that doesn't she look pregnant, because before then he had told somebody.
He probably said, like, when are you expecting? I mean, that's
No,
gotta
he
be the worst
didn't.
thing
He
you could
told
ever tell a
somebody
woman.
to why are you insulting a woman that is pregnant? He said at the table.
Oh.
And then when she walked away, he was explaining, oh, don't you look pregnant?
Oh, man. That's just ridiculous. Mike's got a real hand. He's got pocket kings.
That's like the worst thing you could say.
You got her swearing.
Pocket kings there for Mike.
That's probably what made her get up and leave.
Who knows? She's like
Because earlier I saw her at the table with her feet up on a chair. Did you see
Mike
that
3-bet.
on another table?
she's pregnant.
Where are we now, dear?
It's up to you.
And looks like at least 3 of the aces are dead, so Mike is in a good
Mike
spot.
3-bet, yeah.
Yeah, we've
And now
got
it gets
3
called.
aces out. Ace deuce, ace jack, and seat 3. He's being a little
He has an
uncooperative.
ace.
He's got ace. He's got ace 4. So Mike would have to get really unlucky here. He's in great shape to take down a big pot.
I know. I understand.
Queen deuce 7, couple of diamonds. Mike's again in very, very good shape here.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the king of diamonds. No one else really has a higher diamond.
I have good hand.
Mike bets. He says he has a good hand.
I have good hand.
Now, the funny thing is here, really, no one really has much to call him with.
I have medium here.
But everyone's going to call Mike with ace high.
More medium
Not
hand.
good. Medium.
Four-way action.
After this card, then I'll let you know.
I agree.
Okay, thank you.
Turn is a 9. Mike is still in great shape.
The only person that's not drawn dead is June, right?
Yeah, with ace deuce.
Yeah, if he hits a deuce,
I
but
have no good
Yeah.
here.
Well, no, of course, there is another ace in the deck if those aces stick
oh, that's
around.
right.
You can?
Duh.
The river is a 3.
Be one pair?
And we're only heads up ace deuce against pocket kings.
King.
Mike bets. Ace deuce calls. Mike shows kings. Wins a pot.
Best hand had all night.
And that is the best hand he's had all
It
night.
is, yes.
I've raised every other hand. Why not?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
I don't know. Someone said, can't wait to see this glamorous side of poker on the LA poker scene in England. This game might be televised, Evelyn? Maybe, maybe not. It is a low-limit game, but we've definitely had fun with it. Maybe they'll show some clips of the game.
If you want it, or you can give it back.
Here, I'll give it to her.
It would be a good game.
Thank you.
It's been entertaining for all of us.
Thank you.
Well, listen to the best part.
No, actually it's from him, because I gave it to him. To say thank you, C2.
That's a plus.
Mike's going to raise it up with Jack 3 of diamonds.
Oh, no.
He has played every hand, right? Every single hand.
You lied to me when you said you could be one pair. I didn't know what that said. Oh.
3 players.
Three-way action.
I was telling the truth.
King Deuce, Jack 3, and Queen 8. Ooh, Queen 8 flops top 2. Gino's got the best hand in seat 4. He's going to bet. Mike raises.
Raise it.
You can make him put one
Yeah,
with you.
eventually.
You have to put 2.
And Mike would need to catch some running trips here. Gino's going to 3-bet, looks like.
3 bet call.
And Mike
I
calls.
need runner.
And that's true. Mike says he needs runner.
Good place.
Turns a 5. He's going to call here. Did he call? Oh, no, he's not.
I
He's
can't beat you, man.
Good. You got a pair of 8s.
He shows up here at 8s.
Can I see your brain?
Can I see your what?
Brain. He's got this. Gino's brain is on the table.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, cool.
This is going to be the last hand in the night. Well, it's been an interesting one here at Live at the Bike. Of course, you can watch live cash game poker webcasts every Monday through Friday from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock Pacific time.
Raise.
Mike's going to be in there, this time with Deuce 6 offsuit.
I'm trying to re-raise.
And he 3-bets.
3 bet.
Lets me look at my hand now. Lets me make sure I don't have monster like kings.
I think Mike has it. He might have been playing every single hand tonight blind pre-flop. Surely. I think he's pretty much capped every hand
Are we not
blind
4-bet?
pre-flop
I
tonight.
don't know.
So you raise.
'Cause didn't he know he had kings last time?
Well, I think he looks
When
at
he
it
said-
after the flop.
No, I just thought that he said, well, I raise all the time, so why not raise with my kings?
7 Deuce 4 here. Mike has a pair. And he's
He
raised.
has bare deuces.
I have very good hands. Swear to God.
Harold's got a top pair over there in seat 1,
I'm
7
gonna get
9.
drawn out on that. All right.
In seat 3 there, Rostam bet in with ace 6.
You calling? You
What is
calling?
George calling? He's got 5-10 of hearts.
Heart.
Wow, everyone calls. Unbelievable. Turn is an 8.
Nobody has a diamond.
Looks like Harold is still good. Everyone checks. And the river is a queen, and Harold has the best hand here with 7-9.
Mike's betting with his pair of deuces.
Harold calls. And Harold takes down the last hand of the night.
Pair of deuces, 6 kick.
Actually, I think that seat 3 money bet there.
Deuces 6 kicker.
A 9 kicker.
Well,
I figured you probably had.
that's it for us. Oh, we've seen some amazing things happen
That was too
tonight
much
that
fun.
we haven't seen on the show before.
Yep.
I don't know if other commentators have to deal with their co-commentator flipping them off in the middle
Or
of the
pushing you off,
broadcast.
or pushing you off your chair.
Anyways, it was an interesting 8-16 game tonight. And tomorrow night we'll probably have our 200 game or possibly our 3 to 500 game. That's what we're going to really try to make the big push for. And Thursday is going to be our ladies' night. Of course, Wednesday, Poker Blue Whale night.
Right.
Friday, Big No Limit. So anyways, for everyone here in the booth and for Shirley Rosario, good night, everybody, from Live at the Bike.
He doesn't have a computer.
It's here. It's big. And it's closer than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the Bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.